destination. I'm going places, can't fake it. My heart is so cold, my energy is contagious. All the pain, I can't take it. I'm staying grounded and graceful, cause I know everything that I've been through only made me count my blessings daily. Yeah, they've been acting shady, but I don't take it personal. The memories fading, I'm enjoying the moment. I've been smiling and rolling, taking time to reflect, stepping back, the truth unfolding, unfolding. Got nothing to prove, cause I'm not the blow. I've been in the booth, speaking through my soul. You know that I'm true, either way it go, either way it goes. I cannot turn cold, staying on the low. I've been protecting my soul. If your intentions are not pure, I can't let you get too close, cause I'm vibrating high. Ain't got time for your ego, these niggas quit to turn me back. Acting like the amigos, they never cared in the shows. Wasn't with you at your lows, assuming that you gonna fold. But baby, I've been growing ever since I let you go. And I've been doing better, and I know that hurts to know. Hurts to know. Only good vibes around me, and that's for sure. Only good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes. Can't lie. Only need good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. You see me searching for my inner peace. I've been learning more about myself and my purpose. Truth always come to the surface. Was hurting, but I had to heal. Releasing all the pain that I always held. Been going through some changes, I'll make it still. Protecting my soul to keep it real. Only need good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes.
Not productive, it's kind of gross and icky. Anything I feel like it has
good vibes, good
people
vibes.
are trying to degrade their
Good vibes, good vibes.
Off as a fucking terrorist, a fucking pedophile, sympathizing fucking terrorist.
Only good vibes, only
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
right, welcome, everybody. Happy Friday night. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming in and apologize for the 5 minutes of tardiness. You know how it works out over here, you know. Let's do a sound check. Let me see. All right, glad to see everybody. What's up, Dom S? Fur Baby Daddy, Dark Arts by Adrian. Geez, I'm gonna say hello to everybody. But wow, I'm looking at the comments come in. Good to see everybody. Thanks for the really nice vibes here coming in. What's up, Court of Public Opinion? Yeah, Deb, Quadaxel Mimi. All right, so let me see if I can see who's here. Okay, so we got Fur Baby Daddy, Critter Mama, Dark Arts by Adrian, Caden Christian, Mustang, Deb, Digital, uh, Love and Light for All, Heavy Metal Rehab. Noe's here. What's up, Noe? Who's your daddy? Augie Dog, Christopher, Caden Christian. I said that. Amy Dunn, Deb, David Rogers, Victims News on Air, Dom S. We got one on everyone. Okay, we got Who's Your Daddy? What's up, Who's Your? We got Augie Dog, Moonbeam 70s Child, Carla Ann, Critter Mama, Four Pit Bulls Across America. Says, welcome home. What's up, Four Pits? MJ Lewis, 1964. Kelly Lou Brown, Gaslight You, Rebecca Ann. And hey, anyone I missed, just let me know you're down here. But it's great to see everyone. Okay, it's great to see everyone. We have a great show for you tonight. I know everyone's been waiting for it, and I'm so glad to see everybody. So, hey, tonight's show is called Delphi. The Bird is free, right? Delphi the Bird is free. And I've subtitled it The Silencing and Targeting of David Noe Ramos after his whistleblowing on Kegan Anthony Kline, the Dropbox connections and Chomos of Central Indiana. That's right. The bird is free, y'all. And it's a great reason to celebrate because we all love Noe, and you know that. And hey, the community has a love-hate relationship with Noe, right? Even the trolls and the haters and the twacked out meth heads and all the above, they still love Noe because, hey, let's be honest here. Noe's a lovable guy, a little nicer than me, you know. But hey, I relish my what is it? My villain phase. But that's what's up. Anyway, Mr. Cruz is here, and I got to tell you, I'm so glad to see Mr. Cruz or Coach Cruz or Noe Ramos or at Venue O 03 or whatever you want to call him, my buddy Noe. For those of you who are new tonight, let's say this, okay? Our guest tonight, David Noe Ramos, most people know by Noe, so we call him by his middle name, Noe. Noe is a musician and a whistleblower, a resident of Wabash, Indiana. And unfortunately, I don't think he's been out here to the colorful state of Colorado, but I'm sure he will at some point. And anyway, I'm sitting over here in the Rocky Mountains, or technically the San Juans, southern end of the Rocky Mountains. And we still got snow on the ground. We're at mountain altitudes, cold temperatures, and I know there's snow on the way on the east side, so that's nice too. Um, and anyhow, we over here on the Prof channel appreciate our live chat community so much. So what we've noticed here in the years I've been sitting here doing this is that the members of the live chat are the lifeblood of this community. They rarely miss a live, and if you watch a bunch of lives and read the chat, you'll see that it's the same people over and over. And this is our inner community, and we're so glad to see them. And nevertheless, though, for those of you who are new, we'll catch you up on some things tonight, and just be aware that you can dip on into the last handful of live streams and really get quickly caught up on our channel and our perspective here and what we're attempting to do. And don't forget to check the community page or pages on both my channels for the really important stuff. And I have a Substack and some other places that you can find in this link tree that's pinned at the top of the chat or in the About Me section of the channel. And on my link tree, you'll find everything you need to keep abreast of what I'm putting out. And there will be more because we're just cracking this door open. So anyhow, we got that going on. And so yeah, if you are in the replay, go ahead and leave comments down below in the comment section because we don't want you to miss we don't want to miss your input into this conversation. And this is an open dialogue with the community. So please add your input. We appreciate it. Whether you agree or disagree, as long as you do it respectfully, I'm not going to delete it. Okay. Anyhow, so let me see who just came in. We got Digital just came in. What's up, Digital? Donald Kuntz is coming in. Lisa Guineau is coming in. Uh, who else did I just see come in here? Four Pits is in here. He says, I'm in a traffic jam on a bridge over the Ohio River. Carla Ann's coming in. Laura Beth Naran, good to see you. Digital Warrior says, I'm in Denver. Well, enjoy. All right. Critter Mama's in here. Everyone is good to see you. All right. Dennis McKean, hello. Welcome in. David Rogers. Heavy Metal Rehab says, I must say I'm so very proud of Prof and everyone else that has been looking for the absolute truth. I'm adding that word in there. I love y'all, and I must say it feels good to be on the right side of history. Yes, and it will. It will. That's all we're looking for, right? Anyway, I'm glad to see everybody. I'm just looking at all these comments and got me a little tied up here. There's so many. What's up, Deborah 2086? Hello, everyone, and Prof. Okay, Nancy Drew 101's coming in. Hello. All right, Georgina Taylor. Hey, what's up, Georgina Taylor? Uh, Amy Dunn. What's up? Oh, hey, Christina's coming in. All right, good to see all the regulars here. Endless Creations 4642. Hello to you. Sunflower Soul 615. Thanks for coming in. Swade Smith, good to see you. Uh, Popcorn and Cherry Coke time. All right, it's great to see everyone. Goddess, what's up, Goddess 3131? Good to see you. All right, thanks everybody for letting me know you're coming in. Yeah, so tonight's show, um, I really was looking forward to this. I have been because I've been in communication with Noe the entire time, like a few of us have, and um, and I've just been waiting uh, for him to be able to come and see everyone and visit with everyone, and also let us know about the past 6 months or his experience over there in Wabash County Jail. So we'll be talking to him or the Hyatt Regency of Wabash County. And what's up, Deborah? Untamable. Who's her daddy? Thanks for coming in and letting us know you're here. Yeah. So everybody, we're going to put Noe's um, contact information up in the chat in a moment. But hey, without further ado, I'm really looking forward to get him in here. I don't want to delay too long, so I'm not gonna hold the floor for another 30 minutes and delay us. But we'll just bring Noe in and we'll get started, and hopefully our audio works out. So let us get this audio together, and everyone welcome in Noe, please. So get everyone, please do a round of applause, and let's do this. We're gonna say welcome in Noe. Hey Noe.
How you doing, man?
Mr. Cruz, hello.
How's it going?
Good to see you. How's your audio okay? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good to
Yeah.
see you.
Good to see you, man. Well, it's time for a little comeback here. It feels good to be talking to you and knowing that you're still around. doing this, and you've done a good job. There's several out there, uh, a huge group that are keeping things, relevant things, open and discussed. So that's really good, man. And thanks for having me. And I want to say hi to everybody who's there on the chat. It's overwhelming to see so many of them come to your show tonight to welcome me. Thank you.
Everyone's saying hello. I'm just reading the chat. Yeah. Everyone says hi.
Yeah,
Looking
I
good,
was.
Noe.
Thank you. I was doing a couple of things here and running around, and then, but I was listening to you, and you know, some names that I don't recall, but you know, for the most part, it's all good. It's a good community, and I'm glad everyone's here.
Well, so how's been your few days home?
Pretty good, pretty relaxed. Before before I go on with that, I just want to say I want to thank a few individuals before I forget, and then I'll answer your question. But the people who supported me, who were there throughout this past 6 months, starts with my family. My family was there 100%, and then my support team, all of them, from my pastor to my recovery coach, my sponsor, my cousin Dan was there for me. Yeah, the close people, and Joe Swisher. Um, the close people in my circle were all there. It was amazing. Um, then in the true crime genre here in this YouTube community, I want to I want to thank Alex Voorhees and Diana. Um, Julie Melvin was stayed in touch. A couple other people that I didn't know, like Nicole. I understand she was supportive. I don't know her, but yeah, I I received some good support. Mark Ellis was a good one too. All everybody that um, either supported me with communication and or to survive in there and keep things going, which I did. I think I did a pretty good job. Went in one piece, out in one piece. So Four Pits was very resourceful to me. Others like Heather Brown and Foxy Lady and Adrian, I heard all, at one point or another, I heard your positive advices and comments, and that was really special too. And Ali as well. Ali was very helpful, and she communicated with me. Ali had a channel called True Crime Unresolved, and she kind of left the scene. And then last I wanna thank probably the most important person, uh, and the one that's been with the longest, and that's my moderator, my chief moderator at my small little channel. Her name is Carol. Everybody knows who she is. I'm gonna give her a big old hug and a big thanks for. I mean, she was there from like telling me things that were going on YouTube, or if I needed something from the internet, or if I needed a phone number, if I needed my attorney to get a call. I mean, you name it, she had me covered. She did. I talked to her every day, just about, especially the first half of the bid. So it's very important that I put this out, and thanks for letting me do that. But the last couple of days, I slept in on Thursday. Started out late. I think it was about noon when I got up, and I pretty much did a lot of stuff with catching up on finances and that type of thing, the bank, and the car, things like that. Then today was more of like uh, catching up with my programming that I'm going to continue, and this is voluntarily. I am not court ordered to do any, but so I got in touch with that, and I went grocery shopping. And I've been home for a few hours, and it's been just a relaxing time. I, a very good thing that happened today was I got in touch with my boss. So I'm gonna be on the clock as of Tuesday next week. No more vacation, no more.
That's great. Time to get back to work. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Awesome.
go. Mm-hmm.
So round of applause, everybody. Noe's going back to work ASAP.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Just like
Speaking
the
of
last
that,
time. Mm-hmm.
before we get too far into it, I want to let everyone know that tonight I would like to sponsor a fundraiser for Noe. So we're going to be uh, surprising Noe tonight with a fundraiser. So if you look here, I've attached the Cash App handle for Noe, which is Venue03. Okay, dollar sign Venue03.
It's
That's Noe's
venue,
Cash App.
venue. It's venue at O3, ain't it?
No, it's Venue03. It's Venue03.
Oh, okay.
So everybody, please send Noe a Cash App. Send Noe a Cash App. This is a huge moment for Noe in uh, in in coming back to have to get the ball rolling. And so please donate to Noe at Cash App here at Venue03 and get him rolling with gas money and those sorts of things that he needs. And so I'm going to surprise Noe with that announcement. So please, Noe doesn't want. I know he doesn't want to ask or anything. He's a very humble individual, but that's Noe's Cash App. So please, everyone, if you do me a huge solid here, a huge favor, let's shower Noe with money right now and get him rolling on the road to success here. So
Wow.
that's his Cash App.
Yeah, I I wasn't expecting that one. I think somebody had mentioned something similar around November or so, but it was the second part of my bid. Things got a little complicated, and I didn't have the same inspiration to do uh, recordings and put things out. But thanks for the generosity. It, it's very well appreciated. Thanks, Prof. Yep. That sure gonna it would help a lot. I mean, certainly I was lucky to secure my assets before I left, but they're costly, I'm like, I'm I got just out and I have a month coming up in February, and it's just, yeah, but I did take care of some things yesterday. My car insurance paid up, um and talk to the landlord, see where we're at, and that sort of thing. So anything would be very greatly. I'd be blessed to receive help from the community. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, guys, please send the Cash App to Noe now. Don't send me anything. Send Noe the Cash Apps. Uh, you know what? Looks like Noe's in the same house, and he said he has his vehicle. So he said he secured his assets. So looks like he's good to go. But I know that you know you need liquidity in getting the ball rolling. So gasoline, food,
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
basics. And like you said, when do you go back to work? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Noe would be back working.
I plan to be in Fort Wayne on Monday at two
Awesome.
one. I'm meeting some friends at Sweetwater. So I said I'm not going to work Monday. I'll be there from like 3 to 6. I mean 3 to 9 p.m. That till they when they close at 9 p.m. So I'll be
Mhm.
there. I'll get there at 3 and be there till 9 p.m. So you can imagine I'm gonna be playing a bunch of guitars.
Great. I wish I was there. I wish I was there. You know, I'd like
Yeah,
to play some.
yeah, I bet
I'd like to
you
pick
would
one
love it
out.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, no.
Anything,
Oh, go ahead.
anything going on in the chat, or do you have something ready, or what, how do you want to
No, I'm just reading the
proceed?
chat as people are still coming in, and I'm glad to see everybody. So I guess let me get into what we're going to talk about tonight. So Noe, last we visited with Noe was more than 6 months ago, and in the meantime, Noe was in Wabash, and so I thought that I would like tonight to for Noe to tell us about his entire experience in the first half of the show. And then the second half of the show, we're sort of going to jump back in time uh, to the last time he was in this situation, which was just getting out, um, in which, at which time he had just had a lengthy experience with Kegan Kline. So we'll be getting into that in the second half of the show. But now here at the first half, I'd kind of like Noe to fill us in on how the past 6 months have been for him, and I know everyone's really anxious to hear about that. So so that's what we're going to be getting into. So yeah, Noe, I don't know if you'd like to bring us back maybe to your first day, and then go from there, and whatever you need.
Yeah.
I have some slides, but
Hmm.
you just
Well,
direct me from here. But I'm just going to let you have the floor because I'd like you to fill us in on your 6 months.
thanks. Um, sounds good. Well, basically, all it's gonna take is I'm just gonna go through a timeline from earlier in the year into the summer, and then basically to where we're at today, which is which is a new year, 2026, 6 months later. So it's kind of like, I did the first part of the year of 25, I was on like in this bubble over here, and then the second part, I was in a very different bubble, right? So I can, you know, make that happen. It shouldn't be too difficult. But if we go just uh, a quick go over the first bubble, it'd be I started out the year, and I was doing 2 channels at the time, and on one of the channels I was doing some walking around and going to small towns, and I entered a place to film a home that burned in here in Wabash, and a baby passed, and little did I know that that was going to be a huge part, mistake, a huge mistake, and affect me later. And I went on, and I was able to get on a crew where I was able to like to travel a lot for work. That would have been like March, and I started traveling and working, you know, in state. Was not allowed to travel out of state, so I was doing a lot of work for my company here in northern Indiana, north central, and in the Indianapolis area. I work for a crane company, crane and rigging. So we move heavy equipment, machinery, and industrial uh, machinery, pretty much. Yeah. And so I was, that gave me access to go to different towns and film, like in the Indianapolis suburbs. So I spent a lot of time over there, 4 or 5 weeks at a time. So yeah, that was in the springtime. And then into May, coming into May, I had a huge thing that happened. A huge like event to me. To me it was very special. It was good, and I had a friend come visit from Nashville to play music. So during that period, I have a bunch of friends here, who own businesses, restaurants, bars, etc. And I guess I decided to go play at a winery, but I knew I was not scot free. I knew I was safe to play there because the blue in the Coppertooth Winery and Bistro is a venue where you have a winery bar on one side, and there's like a whole wall, a full wall. Okay, this is not like a partition wall, a full wall that divides the bar from the music venue. And in the music venue, you're allowed, minors are allowed, and it's a diner area. So I booked it, without a problem, and my friend played there as well, and we had a good time. So then we moved forward and into the months of June and July, and I started getting, closer to, I had been violated and things like that. So I end up violated completely by July, and that's when the 6 months start. Well, what went on during my hearings, where certain individuals kept attending the hearings, and it made me worried. And going in, I was concerned. Okay, I was concerned that there had been some rumors of hits going on, and people having hits all over the prison system in Pendleton and Wabash, and biker gangs being hired for to cause bodily harm. And I heard it all right before I left, but then I also, like I said, I had people that I was talking to. So I kind of wanted to be prepared for that, and I did. I prepared myself. I went in, and I was like, I'm gonna, like, when I walked in there, the first thing they said is, "That's Cruz," right? I heard I heard this guy, Adam Bambauer. You're gonna hear that name quite a bit, okay? You're gonna hear the name Adam Bambauer, Ethan Cornett, and under the watch of Sheriff Ryan Baker. Okay, so remember those three phrases. So yeah, Adam Bambauer immediately identified and said, he told another person, he told actually a person who granted me an interview for Alex Borges. He said, "That's Cruz." So a couple minutes later, this is the first day, right? A couple minutes later, uh, they asked me, "Hey, are you Cruz?" And I said, "No, I'm David." Why? And people just couldn't, blew their mind, right? They just looked at me weird. I'm like, "Yeah, my name is David. Why are you asking?" No, okay, all right, mind your own business, I guess. But that was the welcome in. And yeah, so what was supposed to be a cakewalk, okay? My attorney did a great job. I was happy with the outcome. That was put behind. And what was supposed to be a cakewalk, a 6-month cakewalk, turned out to be a complete disaster. Complete disaster. And it all came spiraling down um, the last month of my extended vacation.
Well,
So I'm
that's
gonna take a little break here and see what you got to say.
yeah, that's a plot. That's a plot twist. So what's supposed to be a cakewalk is a complete disaster. So that's what we want to hear about tonight, because I know that's what everyone wants to hear about. Because only a couple of us has talked to you, and everyone else, we got About 150 here listening.
Right
Everyone
on.
wants to know. So I'll
It
let
turned
you take
into
it. And
it turned. Uh-huh.
yep.
Go
Hmm.
ahead. It turned into a complete disaster, and so let's start with back in September. So this was before my court date of October 9th. So in September at the beginning, and I'm gonna ask you, Prof, to show the first slide, which is this one right here. This is titled Miss Piggy by Noe Amos, ink on paper, completed on 1 the 9th of 26, a depiction of Officer Jasmine Whitmer confiscating intellectual property in the form of art, titled Wife Lilith by Noe Amos at the Wabash County Hyatt Regency in Wabash, Indiana. So if you can put that one up first, Prof. Oh, if you just put it up when you're ready, I'll start talking. All right. So the first thing that started to smell pretty weird to me was that this lady here, Jasmine Whitmer, decided that they were going to do a search in my room, and I had been getting swatted, so to speak, right? The first week it was for a cell phone. Then into the second and third week or so, they kept hitting me, and for I think I went live on a couple of streams with Alex Voorhees. Then work our way into September, the beginning of September, they hit my house again, and or my room, and this lady asked me to give her my file with a bunch of art that I had put together, right? And she found the wife Lilith replica that I was working on for Alex Voorhees, and she took it away, and she said that she would put it in my property, and she said she was not comfortable with that image being in that dorm, and she was going to take it and put it away from me. Okay, so an hour later she walked by again, and I asked her, hey, is everything cool with my picture? I was gonna use that on YouTube, and you know publish it with a channel and present it, and I want to be able to do that later, right? And she said, oh no, I disposed of it. I actually changed my mind, and I'm thinking of writing you up. So that was like awkward to me. Like an hour earlier, she had told me she was gonna um, save it in my property. An hour later, she tells me it's gone, and I may get a disciplinary write up. So I got kind of pissed, and I went ahead and I wrote a grievance. I wrote a grievance where I claimed that I'm a lance-free artist. I'm an illustrationist I've published work, and I I I grieved that Officer Whitmer had been dishonest, and taken my art for no reason. Right? She didn't. She really didn't give me a reason why she was taking it. She was just not comfortable with the thing that certain image being in that certain dorm. Now the image was censored. Okay, it was a topless image of uh, a, a depiction of wife Lilith, but it was censored. The no nudity was shown or anything. And well, to make the story, to get here to the end of the story here, so at the end they end up agreeing with me and saying that, you know, my grievance merits warrants merit, and they I claimed, I said that that image I could have possibly generated $50 to $100 after published, and that I was asking for $75, and I feel like that was a fair price, and they went ahead and agreed that Miss Whitmer, she messed up in a couple of things here. She did not give me confiscation papers, and number two, my art is protected by the First Amendment and also by state and federal copyright laws. And um, that's exactly what I claimed, and that's exactly what happened. And the Wabash County Sheriff's Department reimbursed me for $75, and that's the document that Prof has up. And Prof, if you want to help me here a bit, can you look at this document and can you read? Can you read for us a little bit?
Yeah, let me read the document. Maybe I should read
Well,
the document. You want me to read it?
do you want to read the whole document or just the important ones?
I'll read the whole thing. I don't care. Let me
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
It says the general release of claims is entered into between the following parties: David Ramos and the Wabash County Sheriff's Department and Wabash County Jail, collectively the county, and any officers, directors, managers, employees, officials, trustees, agents, affiliates, divisions, legal representatives, insurers, and any and all other entities, persons, firms, companies, corporations, or governmental entities liable or who might be claimed to be liable collectively, the released parties, none of whom admit any liability to any other party, but all of whom expressly deny any such liability to any other party.
In other words, a bribe.
Yeah, the parties
A
here too
bribe.
understand and agree that the definition of released parties is to be given the broadest possible construction. Being of lawful age and for the following considerations, payment of $75, releaser does hereby and for his or her heirs, executors, administrators, successors, and assigns hereby release, acquit, and forever discharge the released parties of and from any all claims, actions, causes of action, demands, rights, damages, costs, losses, expenses, and compensation whatsoever which releaser has now or which may hereafter accrue, whether known or unknown, whether based on state or federal law, on account of and or any way arising out of and or related to the confiscation and or destruction of releasor's Noe Amos's artwork titled Wife Lilith that was the subject of a grievance filed on or about October 30th, 2025. So I'll leave it at that. So basically,
Mhm.
yeah, and then there's
I wanted you to read the number two. Just go to number two and just read the underlined lines. There's like 4 lines in
sure
the
it says it
right in the
says
middle section. Hmm.
it says all claims a releaser has now, whether or not she knows about the claims, blah blah blah, with release parties regardless of location, country, jurisdiction, but not limited to any claims arising under the following: the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States, Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 64, Section 1981 through 88 of Title 42 of the U.S. Code, U.S. Copyright Act of 1976, Title 17 of U.S. Code, the Visual Artists' Rights Act, 17 U.S.C. 106A, the Indiana Copyright Act, Indiana Code 32 to 37, and all such laws as amended and or any other federal, state, or local law without limitation. So basically, what you're saying is First Amendment was violated by destruction of your artwork
Because it was meant for publishing.
yeah. So I'm going to put up the pages 2 and 3 for full disclosure for our audience.
Uh-huh.
So here's page 2 if you want to screenshot it.
Mm-hmm.
And here's page 3, signed 11/21/25.
Oops.
Okay.
Where's my page 3? Let's see. Oh, there it is. I have it out. I have it out of order.
So what you're saying, let me go back a bit. Just so our
Mm-hmm.
audience understands, I like walking people through.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Um,
Miss
so,
Piggy.
so this is the officer who had the audacity to take your artwork and destroy it. Yes.
She's a good old girl.
Yeah.
She's a good old girl. I'm gonna do a show on my channel where I'm gonna show a lot more stuff that I have. But I'm glad for this platform tonight. Very thankful for the fundraiser, but to kind of paint a picture of, because I'm just gonna hit certain bullet points to paint a picture, and then I'll do one either on my channel or with someone that is gonna be a little bit more in detail. Why I say the good old girl and things like that, and why I'm gonna be mentioning Adam Bambauer, Ethan Cornett under the watch of Sheriff Rand Baker. So yeah, I want to paint a picture for when I do my in-depth presentation. So you were saying this lady, yeah, she was on her feelings that day, okay, and there are so many ways we could have dealt with the situation. Which number one was leave me alone, right? Number one is leave me alone. None of the initial things that I was doing were in violation of any rule, including live streaming. Okay. They're caught up in a situation where they don't have rules for that. They don't know what to do, but they made them as they went. And one of them was they didn't want me live streaming. Excuse me. They didn't mind me doing recorded phone interviews or recorded visits and premiere them at a later time, but the live stream seems to bother them, and all they could do was kick me off the phone and tell me please don't do this again. But I never got rolled up for it, right? And uh, I got into a routine where I get up early, go to the table, everybody eats breakfast, they go back to sleep. I stay there by myself, start watching the news, and do my devotional, and then draw and drink coffee till about 10, 9, 10. When people start getting up, then I go in and they come out, sort of thing. My own routine that I've done before works for me. So that was my cakewalk. Supposed to be my cakewalk. Just chill out, draw, watch the news for 6 months, draw and draw and do a couple of things on YouTube. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun bid. Um, so that right there, when I got you showed the one receipt. Let me see. Yeah, I showed this one when. Oh, geez, I'm just gonna show both of them. But yeah, the agreement and the receipt of where the payment actually came through. That's where you see. Let me see the date on this. 11/28 at of 2025 at 6:18 they deposited $75 into my inmate account. So after 11/28 everything just came tumbling down. But before we move forward to the next bullet point, and I have identified this jail officer at the Wabash County Hyatt Regency, and how she was dishonest and cost the county $75. She didn't follow protocol and she violated my First Amendment and state and federal copyright laws in my face. And she pretty much enjoyed it uh, because she never apologized. She never said, "Hey, I was wrong. I should have believed you." Right? But it was work. It wasn't just me trying to do a shot to sell to a pedophile or like 4 years ago. 4 years ago, it was a different story, but it was a different county as well. Anyway, so anyway, dude, I wanted to say that God, I forgot. Oh yeah, this document here, this one. So I feel like this is an agreement between myself and myself. Okay, you see this? Okay, and it's supposed to be an agreement, a document that's legally bound for me to keep me from in the future trying to want more money for the damage that they put me through of my art, or take them to court. You know, they say you kind of, you read it there where it says no, they don't take accountability for any wrongdoing, but they are willing to give me $75. Okay, and mainly that is because Miss Whitmer, Miss Piggy, did not follow protocol when she confiscated. Anything that gets confiscated has to be documented, and the person who wrote it up has to bring a confiscation form, kind of like a log type of record. This was taken from you, and the consequence is you're gonna get a write up, or it's gonna go into your property, or it's gonna be destroyed, or is whatever. It's contraband, like some sort of document. And when she failed to do that, lack of training, whatever you want to say it, um, it gave me a good ground for my grievance to be heard and warrant merit, and in the end, granted, relief granted.
Yeah, and they didn't destroy any other artwork, have they? After that,
No, 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 no. They
good
left
lesson
me.
learned.
They left me alone. Yeah, they left me alone after that. No, that was the only one. Now they did confiscate three sketches, three rough drafts that I was working on for Diana, and they were labeled explicit. And I did get a confiscation form. I can bring them, but I wasn't going to show them today. Uh, but they saved them for me, and they saved them undamaged. They laminated them and put them like in this big folder, and they were kept. Yeah, I got them back. I could finish them now. They the reason they gave me was explicit, and it was just put on property, no reprimand, no reprimand. So they did follow the protocol. So yeah, that was the first, they're getting kicked off the phone during live streams. They come looking for cell phones and electronic devices. Then the write up. I mean, the write up, or not the write up, the grievance, or for this, the art she confiscated. That was the first, you know, like the first 3 months. That's how things went. Now on a regular basis, I was fine. I think that the most dangerous individual in there that I was most worried about, in terms of any type of, you know, violent violence or anything like that, was a dude they call Noe. That's what I was worried about, because nobody there. After like the first month, I could tell that nobody there was into the YouTube stuff. They had heard about the case, but they were not into it. Um, we had nobody really. There was one guy who had lived in Florida, but like in the 80s, and there was another guy who was from Walton, which Walton is not too far from the area there. It's between Kokomo and Delphi. Um, so yeah, I was kind of relaxed. I was kind of relaxed because I knew that this fools didn't didn't pose much of a threat, really. Um, so then, what happened next was the next big thing or event on the timeline would be the hearing of October 9th. And I put out a letter, and for a very good reason, because I was being told, I know that I already explained this, that before I checked myself into the Hyatt, I knew for a fact that certain people were talking about hits in the prison system. Uh, I had been followed to the courthouse multiple times by individuals who there's reasons to believe that they are not very stable and could be dangerous. Um, I know for a fact I've seen evidence, and and then I also knew that Frank Meister had put out that Eric Erskine had hired three bike gangs to cause me harm. So I knew that much, but during the time that I checked myself in up until the October 9th, something happened in between there that pissed me off. I had a hearing in September, and it was a status hearing. It was a hearing that was scheduled on a Thursday, I believe, at 9 a.m. And um, my attorney told me that I didn't have to appear, and he was not going to bring me out there. He said, "You're just going to stay. I'm going to come in and finalize the plea, whatever the attorney, I'm sorry, the prosecutor is going to offer, and I are going to sit down and work it out. I'm going to get you the best I can." And he wanted to get me out on EHD, electronic home detention. That was his goal, to get me out. Okay, he tried. He's a fighter. Eldon Stoops out of Manchester. First time I hired him, but I've known him for 20 years plus. Anyway, so I got word that certain individuals had showed up and were making announcements on YouTube. Oh, I'm gonna be there. So and so, we're all gonna go. Meister, uh, Bossy, Jinx, the usual suspects. Okay, we're announcing on YouTube, community posts, and everything else, and they were gonna go and wait for me out there as the van arrived. So
Obsessed
for that
junkie
reason,
stalker.
and
They
for
are
the
the
reasons
most
that I
fucking
explained
unhinged
prior
creatures
to me
on
checking in,
earth.
that had happened in the
Obsessed
months of
junkie
between
stalker.
March and July, I wanted to play it safe, and very rightfully, I wrote a letter to the court and explained to the best of my ability, in nice and short and simple terms, certain individuals are announcing and promoting on social media to be there to harass and possibly cause bodily harm. I mean, what is wrong with that? And the reason I did that was because I wanted to have full documentation of everything that has been happening, and I have plenty of documentation of things that have been happening in the last 4 years to me, uh, in regards to this case. And it's my right, if I'm not comfortable with a situation, and if I feel threatened, or that my safety is at risk, I have every right to make a report or to make people aware. And in this case, it was my personal court proceeding for a private legality. So, I mean, I'm a private citizen. Now, I understand that it's a public hearing, and I understand that it's public record. But who in the hell goes to other people's hearings 8 times in a row? You know, who does that? I don't. I never have, man. This is
Uh,
like the first time. This is the first time that I ever go to some other person's.
it's
Well,
it's the obsessed.
junkie stalkers of central Indiana who have stalked you for 3 years now, ever since the moment you came out and spoke out
Boy,
against Kegan Kline. But we're going to talk about that later. Yeah, we're going to talk about that
yeah.
later.
Uh-huh.
Keep
Well,
going.
and I remember going to as a witness when I was in high school. I was a witness to a little high school crime that happened in my high school, and that was the only time I ever been to someone else's hearings, man. Anytime I went to a hearing, it's my hearing. But yeah, so I'm like, and then something that happened in the July or no June in the June hearing, court proceeding, where one of these individuals, as I walked in, I noticed that she was making communication with an inmate, which to me was strange because this person's like from 4 counties away. But oh well. And when I kind of made the connection, I see who she was kind of doing sign language with. Uh, I knew I kind of it just gave me a bad feeling, and come to know later was that they're trying to send message kite. They're called kites or messages, whatever you want to call them. Hey, this guy, when he goes in, take him down, take him down, take him down. Okay, and I don't know, that could be a hit, right? So very rightfully, bro, I wrote that letter and I reported, hey, this might happen. You guys be aware, okay? Be aware. I mean, on my previous what? I don't know how many hearings, but on my previous hearings, there had always been some kind of back and forth or follow each other with a camera type of thing in the parking lot of the Wabash County court building. So why would I think that this would be any different, and I did what I did, and I did it very uh rightfully, you know. It made sense to me and it still does. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, and it's gonna stay there. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's already done. It's filed. So if it's got to be removed for any reason, then we have a judge that's very capable of making that decision. It's not. It doesn't. Uh, that decision is not made by anybody. You know, just because you file something, you think you can change. Things,
Hey,
and
Noe,
don't work like that.
Mustang says, thanks, Prof, and welcome back to Freedom, Noe, and good luck. I mean that too.
Thank you, Boston
Mustang.
Mustang. Oh yeah, okay, Mustang. Right, I remember Mustang. So yeah, okay. Then coming to November 3rd, I experienced some pain on the left side of my face, and I know exactly what it is, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the cause, what causes that pain, but it seems to happen more during when the climate changes, and it started like a year ago. Okay, and it has to do with it's a dental. I have a tooth sensitivity on one of my upper molars, and anyway, so when the weather changes, I get extreme. What my dentist described, it's nerve damage. I have nerve damage, and he explained to me because my this side of my mouth, I chew uneven because uh, I have a couple of my molars on the bottom jaw missing. So the teeth are not grinding even because there's some missing. So it causes irritation. So I get this really bad pain, right? And I've had it 3 times in the last year and a half. So I noticed this happens when the climate changes. And I had this pain one night, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore, and I didn't have any medication. Now I know that my dentist have had prescribed me hydrocodone, he prescribed 3 the first time I went to see him, and he advised me that in the future you're gonna have this periodically, okay? And in the future, all you do is you treat it with Tylenol, okay? And basically, you take a Tylenol and crush it, stick it in a bit of water, and kind of rinse your left side of your mouth with it, and then drink some more water, and basically that's the best way to treat it, and it does work. I pushed the button to alert the guard that I was in pain, and this pain was stretching from my temple to my ear and to my eye, right? And, they came and got me and put me on medical observation. So they took me out of my assigned dorm. They took me up into the front, into the controls, or booking area and controls, and they put me on a separate room. This happened at 3 a.m. on November 3rd. Oh, November 2nd. And so they put me in there, man, and I'm in pain. I wrapped my towel around my jaw, and I was just waiting. They said the the nurse doesn't get here till 7 a.m. So when the nurse gets here, she'll see that you're on medical observation for pain, blah blah blah, and we'll take care of it. Okay. Well, Prof, it was 9 p.m., 19 hours later, okay, before I got to see the nurse. Okay. So 7 o'clock came, and I refused my breakfast tray because I was in so much pain. I didn't want to mess it up for the before I saw the nurse. And then what else came in? I think that day they handed me some commissary around 9 a.m. Then I had lunch at 11 p.m. At 11 a.m. And at that moment, I asked the officer passing the breakfast tray. I asked him, "Hey, what happened to the nurse? I've been here all morning." And they said, "I don't know." Well, the day goes on, dude, and it just goes on with me pushing the button, asking for a nurse, and nobody knew. And then they were like, "We don't know why you're here." And then dinner comes, same thing. And at that point, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna call people, and I call Carol, I call my family, and got in touch with my attorney, and my attorney said to me, keep being persistent. Well, I did. I kept being persistent, and I kept pushing the button, communication button, and every officer on first shift, and then now second shift, because it's after 4 o'clock, that's when they switch, or 3 o'clock, my bad. Nobody knew why I was in medical ops, and I had not seen. Nobody knew if I would even see the nurse. So at one point, I'm like, dude, this feels like you guys put me in the hole. And I'm in pain, and instead of you know, I'm here to see the nurse. I should have seen the nurse. I could have seen the nurse in the AM. It only takes a minute to administer Tylenol and water, and this whole time, like, I look up on the wall, dude, and there's like a KKK symbol on the wall. Uh, so all day I'm in
Whoa,
pain.
whoa, whoa, whoa. What?
Yeah, it's
So
labeled. The door's labeled with the KKK.
so all you wanted was a Tylenol or two to yeah,
One, at
for the
least one.
pain.
Oh, and I offered to pay for the Tylenol.
Mhm.
I offered to pay. They're $15 for one. So all I wanted was a Tylenol, Prof. Yes. Okay.
Go on.
So
Go. Sorry.
I want out Tylenol. They're kicking the can down the road. This one don't know. The other one don't know. The child lady don't know. The commissary lady don't know. There's no nurse. There comes second shift. I don't know either. Maybe nobody knows. And the whole time I'm sitting on this bed, staring at the door, looking at the push button, and doors labeled the KKK. right on the door. So it was very uncomfortable. I'm like, these guys put me in the KKK unit. They put me in the hole. This is not medical observation, you know. So finally, man, at 9 o'clock, there comes the nurse. They open the door and it's the nurse. And she says, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were on medical observations. You're not on the medical record. And I said, what do you mean? I've been here since 3 a.m. I've been here for 19 hours in pain, and all I need is a Tylenol. And she said, well, look, I'm going to give you a courtesy Tylenol for your pain and for your long wait. And I'm sorry, but nobody told me you were here. So that to me sounded like medical negligence. Medical negligence. Negligence. Right? Is there something called medical negligence, Prof?
Yeah, it's actually the reason my brother is dead, and I'm particularly sensitive to that topic because
I
when you
mean,
ask for a nurse or for medical treatment, you should get one pretty
now,
promptly.
now let me mention that the county of Wabash at the high well back in the day it was the Holiday Inn, which was the old building across the court building. So this is the new one, right? In the old Holiday Inn, not too long ago either, something similar happened where there was an inmate who was in pain. Push the button. I'm in pain. He had pain on his chest or something. And they took him to the little version of medical ops they had, wherever it was a closet or a booth. I don't know where it would have been. They took him and put him by himself, and he died. He died. Like they found him hours later. Like the nurse didn't show up till like 12 hours later, and he was dead. He wasn't breathing.
You know
Um,
how often this happens? Like this is one of the main things that's unrecognized about what happens in the prison and jail system in the United States is the number of deaths that occur from straight up negligence. But we see an analog to it in what happened to Richard Allen.
mhm.
Like it's exactly what happened to Richard Allen. But well, I don't want to get into that.
In
But
my case, it's really, I mean, it's a dental condition. It's a Tylenol. It's nothing. It wasn't gonna kill me. I know. I get it, man. But I was in pain. You can't change that. I was in extreme. On a scale from 1 to 10, it was a 10. Okay, it wasn't something that okay, I can get by. Okay, so I'm thinking, you bring me out here at 3 a.m., the nurse gets here at 7. Okay, I understand. Maybe the nurse has to do it one, two, three, couple things, maybe even do her morning med pass, right? So let's say morning med pass is usually at 8 or 9 a.m., right? That's when they start. Okay. So she might be done by 9:30 doing med pass, or 10 even. She could have seen me then, or she could have seen me right before she did med pass or whatever, and just give me the Tylenol, check me off, you're done, and then have them put me back into my normal housing condition. But no, they let me sit in a KKK unit B11, Bravo 11, from out in the booking area and the controls area of the the compound, labeled the KKK clearly. All right, and when the nurse Courtney, which I should say nurse Courtney was fair and nice, and she took care of that, and they apologized. The nurse apologized, at least. I never heard anything from the officers. But I said, look, man, I've been here since 3 a.m. I'm in pain, and come here. Just come in a little bit. Okay. There's cameras everywhere. She's got a camera here and there's a camera up there. So just come in a little bit, okay, and look at that. I have to stare at that. I've been staring at that sign for 19 hours in pain. That's not medical ops. That's the Nazi hole. of the compound.
Is that where they put the individuals they deem suicide watch?
No,
That room?
different
Okay.
classification.
All
No,
right.
this is medical ops. Is when someone says, like for example, I have, or they break an ankle or something. They put them there, and immediately the officers who put them there have to fill out paperwork and enter it on the system, and say, hey, so and so, it's in medical ops B11. So if it's a severe thing, then I guess they go take care of them, you know, as needed. uh, Allegedly, I don't know how they do it. I mean, but that's the basic idea. It's called medical ops. It's not suicide watch, no, or solitary either. Or which solitary is what you would call the hold, right? Punishment. So I felt like I was in the hole, not in medical ops. And I told them, you guys put me in the hole. This ain't no medical ops. I mean, the nurse should have known that I was there for pain. And every guard that I asked what? At least 4 guards, or they're called officers. 4 officers on first, and at least 4 on second shift. Excuse me. That's someone should have known something. I mean, someone could have go alert the nurse and say, hey, he's been here since 3 a.m. I'm pretty sure that they would do it for Adam Von Bauer or Ethan Cornett under the watch of Sheriff Ryan Baker. They would have done it for them, but not me. I waited 19 hours and in pain and in a very uncomfortable situation. Yeah. So now we've covered 2 bullets here. The violation of the First Amendment, medical negligence, a little bit of hassle in the beginning with the phone and the live streams and somebody calling in, he's got a cell phone, he's doing live streams, and others calling from out of state and saying it's a security risk, he shouldn't be on a live stream
Oh,
because
let's stop there. Let's stop there.
there's a live chat.
Let's stop there so the audience can really understand what you're saying. What you're saying is the junkie, stalker, harassing troll farm members could not handle that you were speaking from inside like everybody does. So they called on you multiple times, like they are known to do, in order to have you harassed and penalized for doing what everyone does, which is talking on the phone to people outside. Yeah.
Well, what right before I went in, they were doing it by let's just say we know what we're talking about. He was doing it by calling my phone 50, 60, 70 times plus during a 2-hour period. Okay. And it was kicking me off, keeping me silent, kicking me off. And he found a way to do it while in there. Yeah, they couldn't stand that I was putting my face and my voice out from inside the cage. What was it called? I did several shows with Voorhees called the Update with the Birdman from Inside the Cage or something like that. We did about 5 of them from the inside.
Just for our viewers, this is not from Noe's phone. This is from my phone. At the beginning of my live stream last week or so, titled "An Inconvenient Truth," I didn't really say anything to the public, but at the beginning of my live stream, "An Inconvenient Truth," a week or 2 ago, this is what happened to my phone. Now let me show you, because this is just one of the screenshots, because of course there's another one. Now look at the times here. Look at the time: 7:09, 7:09, 7:09, 7:08, 7:08, 7:08, 7:07, 7:06. We'll get another one here. Look: 7:05, 7:05, 7:05, 7:05, 7:05, 7:04, 7:04, 6:52, 6:52. Do you see what we're saying here? This is what they do to us when we get on the live streams. It's called
Yeah.
silencing
Silencing.
of important
Absolutely.
voices in this community. But yeah, I'm sorry, no, I just wanted to show
No,
a
no, no.
small
But
example of from one live stream.
well, and I'm very familiar with that. I mean, I have multiple screen recordings and screenshots. You've seen them. I've sent them to you. Um, and I've even posted some on Shorts. I delete a lot of my stuff. I I post a lot and then I delete because I want to. My channel is not a true crime channel, and I want to keep it more into the music and stuff. But um, sometimes I have to mix it up because I can't get in on my other channel, and oh, what a mess it is. But whatever, right? Anyway, I have plenty of that, and they don't just do it to you, Prof. I've heard others since I've been gone that other people started getting harassed in that manner as well, uh, just because basically they talk to us, really. And so yeah, finding a way to wiggle your way in and say you're this and you're that, you're an advocate of this or whatever it is that you say, and and get into to calling these people and you know I don't know how they make themselves feel that important, it, like law enforcement um helpers or whatever, and they wiggle their way in, and I mean, if I we talk about the October 9th hearing, I heard that some of these very same people called the court. I'm sorry, not the October 9th. This was the September hearing, the one where my attorney went to represent me without me. I heard that some of these people called the clerk of the county to demand and know where was I because I had a hearing and I was supposed to be there and they didn't see me get off of the van. And there's 4 or 5 people out there waiting when the van arrived and they didn't see me in the van. So where is he? Where did he go? And I also heard that some of these very same people were reporting that, oh, I caused a ruckus and a fight, and that's probably why they didn't bring me out to the hearing, because I must have gotten into an altercation or argument during the process of transporting me there. So typically, when that happens, they don't take you to court. And then another thing I heard was, well, maybe he already pleaded guilty and he's just gonna start doing his stuff. Like rumors. Now I know why I didn't go. I didn't go because I wasn't required to go. Okay. Um, so yeah, it seemed like I was navigating, and then I discovered something. Now I'm gonna talk a little bit about. I discovered something called 21 pouches, and I'm going to let me show you some letters here. And this stack here is mostly letters that I myself sent to my apartment from the compound, the Hyatt Regency. Okay. And every single envelope in here is labeled legal, and it's addressed to someone on care of Eldon Stoops Law Firm. So this is material that's in here is for my attorney. Okay, so it's secure, and it's mainly what it is here. What I have in all these envelopes: interviews. I interviewed like 5 people. I have interviews. I have legal documents. I have confessions, so to speak, of things that happened there. I had made Some people give me some confessions and that sort of thing. A lot of notes, a lot of personal notes and timestamps and things like that of things that happened while I was inside the cage. Okay. But this one here, labeled legal. Oops. You know what? I'm not going to show it. There we go. But I don't want to show the name of the person that was helping me uh, to translate these or keep them safe for my attorney. Okay, so yeah, there's something called 21 pouches inside this letter, right? And it's for a reason. And I had these pouches because these pouches are causing a huge deal inside the Hyatt Regency. Uh, it is the most popular commodity in there, and basically what it is, it's pouches, nicotine pouches that look like this. And these pouches are meant to be used in a manner like this. You grab the pouch and you dip it, right? And it gives you some kind of nicotine rush. Okay. So that's what's going on right now in at the Hyatt Regency, is that these things have become the most important thing in there, and people are fighting for them. They are giving out their trays, commissary trade back and forth, and all that stuff is getting to the hands of people who shouldn't be using them, like minors under the age of 21, because we have inmates who are 18 and 19, the young pedophiles of North Central Indiana, the the ones that are okay. So these I wanted to secure these because I want to sit down with my attorney once it's all said and done, and I want to sit down and just as I am explaining here tonight, I want to explain to my attorney my timeline of what I feel were, you know, violations that someone should be held accountable for. And so yeah, they came in and searched me, and they realized that these pouches were concealed in here, and they confiscated them from me. But I got them back because, remember, they had to follow protocol now. They had to give me a confiscation form and give me a resolution of what the outcome of the item. And I fought this case, and I said, "Look, I understand." Okay, let me back up a little bit so people understand. Okay, we'll come back to the legal part of it. But me knowing how to navigate through the system, while confined. I knew that this product here, this is the Kefi. Okay, this is the coffee that everybody drinks in there, and this is high commodity, and it always had been. In the past, I've even seen inmates use this product and and put some on a surface and cut lines of this product and snore it, and then mix very strong shots and drink shots of them, like with very little water, like concentrate caffeine with snore and plus snoring a line of this. It's common, and this was the commodity the last time that I was there. I wasn't aware of these things. So when I saw what was going on, man, I was observing everybody, and I said, well, if everybody wants these, well, then I better get me some. So I bought some. I bought some.
Noe.
Now, Now I had the pouches.
Awesome. You and I talked privately,
Uh-huh.
and you were telling me a little more in depth about these pouches. Would you go into that for the listeners so they can understand?
Yeah. Can
Um,
you
mhm.
do the Ethan Cornett, this one here? At some point, you don't have to rush it right now, but at some point, it'd be a good time to show them this depiction, and I'll read the description real quick. Yep, I call it "Can I Have a Cookie" by Noe Amos, a depiction of Ethan Cornett while at the Delta 6 block of the Wabash County Hyatt Regency, depicted by artist Noe Amos. Ethan Cornett, the nephew of State Representative District 52 Larissa Sweet, convicted child exploiter in Wabash County, sentenced to a state hospital. Okay, and I signed it, and I said, at venue 3, the Byrd, Noe Amos, all rights reserved, copyright. So that's the description of this one. Thank you, Prof. Okay, so what's going on with these, right? I got a hold of them. I bought a couple. You're allowed to buy 2 packs 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, and
Whoa,
then
that's a lot. How many are in each pack?
each pack has 21
Whoa.
pouches, and they are $12.
Wait. Each pack has 21.
Pouches.
You can
This
buy
is a full
two
pack.
per week. So that's 42 pouches of
No, you
nicotine per
can
week.
buy two pouches 3 times a week. You
Two of
can
those
buy
package. You
you
mean
can
two of
buy
those
6 packs a week. 6 packs.
6 times
You can,
21? 6 times
yeah,
21?
yeah.
That's outrageous.
And you can buy 2 packs on Monday, 2 packs on Wednesday, and 2 packs on Friday.
Well, there's no way a normal person could use that much.
Give me 1 second. I forgot something over here that I need for this. So it'll take me less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, just a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, guy, that's outrageous. You know how I know? Okay, I'm very familiar with these nicotine patches. You can each of those nicotine patches will last you an hour. So you can use one, and then a few hours later another, a few hours later is another, maybe 4 a day, 5 a day at the most. Okay, did Noe just say 6 times 21? What is that, 126 patches a week, or pouches? Why am I saying patches? 126 nicotine pouches a week. That's strictly for trafficking. Strictly. No, okay, no, he's back. Sorry.
Mr. Prof. Strictly for what, Prof?
Coach Cruz. All right, but back to tell me how they're using it, because this is a great
You
story.
said strictly for what?
No, I want you to
Uh,
go into the pouches. It's a very fascinating
it's
story.
strictly for serving. Okay,
Yeah.
serving. All right. So remember, this was the stuff that was going on back in the day. They were snoring it and drinking shots of it and getting all coffeed up. Okay, this is what's going on now, right? I went to bring a pen. This is one of the flexi pens they sell there. The ones they provide anymore. They don't give you wooden pencils or this kind of pens. But anyway, all right. So yeah, that's a lot of pouches. You're right. It's 42 times 3. Uh, so yeah. So what I did, bro, I bought 2 packs. No, I'm sorry. I bought 1 pack, and then I said, okay, well, what I'll do, because the way it works is, if you want a pouch, right? because you're so desperate, you need a pouch so bad. So I give you a pouch, okay? And then on payday, you have to give me 2 pouches back. That's just the way it works. You can ask anybody. That's just the way it works inside the cage, okay? So it's called a 2 for 1. I give you 1, you give me 2. I give you 2, you give me 4. I give you 3, you give me 6, okay? And or you can also, like what you said, I'm gonna use more politically correct terminology here. You can you can trade them. You can trade them for commissary, for coffee, for chips, for sweets, etc. But okay, so you had this picture up, right? It's important that we show Ethan Cornett, the nephew of Larissa Sweet, state representative of District 52 here in Wabash, Indiana. So okay, so this is what they do, Prof. They will take their pen, okay, and take the plastic out, and then bite one end. So now you have a little straw. You see it, a tutor
Yeah, yeah.
for snorting, okay,
Hmm.
and this 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 pen and this tutor and this Bible. You see the Bible belongs to Ethan Cornett. This property belonged to Ethan. I very carefully was able to make it my property. Okay. And so he signed it off, and it was transported to this location. So I confiscated this Bible from Ethan. I will explain that. But anyway, you will take the Bible, you will take this tutor like this, okay? And then what you do, okay? What you do is you take one of these pouches, okay? And they open one end like this, and then they'll use the Bible like this. Okay. Then we'll take a card. I didn't bring that damn card. I don't have my wallet, but um, playing cards, a deck of cards. They'll take a deck of card, right, and make lines. Okay. I'm not doing a very good job because let me just go get a card. I'll be right back.
This is very important. This is a very important part because he's Noe's going to explain to you what's happening right now in the jails across Indiana. He's going to explain to you exactly what's going on and what's being facilitated by the guards in the facilities in Indiana. So I want you all to really pay attention now. So in the chat, let's settle down in the chat and focus on Noe. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, then you will make about 3 lines per pouch. And then they'll take their tutor and snore it. Okay? They'll snore these lines and then grab another dip or 2. I've seen people grab 2 after snoring a line of this. Okay? Take 2 dips and dip them. And then take this and drink shots of coffee. And everybody in the High Regency of Wabash County is out. Twacked out of their brains, acting weird, fighting over a pouch, sexual misconduct. 9 out of let me say this, like 11 out of 10 inmates in the facility are sex offenders. Okay, And people are going to say, how could that be? Okay, I'm exaggerating. It's 9 out of 10. Okay. And the one that's not was me. Okay. It's 9 out of 10 are sex offenders. They're all tracked out. They're fighting over pouches. There's sexual misconduct going on. And there's good old boy system going on. Uh, Unfair treatment left and right. And Adam Bumbauer is in control of the Hyatt Regency. He controls the inmates, the officers, the administration, and even the sheriff. He is in control of the whole compound. Okay. I don't know how this happened because the Adam Baumbauer that I know is this tiny kid who is a um, needle user and registered sex offender who had sexual misconduct with a minor under the age of 15. How does this guy, out of nowhere, every other time I've heard of Adam Bombauer is someone wants to kick his ass, okay? Or did something stupid or got arrested freaking swimming across the tracked out swimming across the Wabash River trying to evade the cops. That type of shit. And how in the world does Adam Bombauer all of a sudden runs this jail? I mean, not even Mike Lundquist, the famous wood chipper of Wabash. Nobody cares about him. Not even Brian Myers, he was always in control of of what was going on, what was happening in the jail. Nobody cares about Brian. But Adam Bombauer from the PC Unit Delta 6, the sex offender block of the Wabash Hyatt Regency, he's running the damn whole thing. According to him, of course, he gets information from the guards, he gets information from the trustees, inmate workers, and from the administration. And essentially, he claims that Sheriff Ryan Baker is good old boy, good old boy. And I just don't believe how Adam can control so much of that. But when I got there and I equipped myself with these things because I knew if I have them, then I'm gonna have a lot of leverage here, right? And I did the whole time. I was perfectly fine. I was great. My bunkie and I, we were the only non-sex offenders of the block. Okay, and he dipped, but he dipped correctly, and he dipped 3 a day. Okay, he would buy 1 pack a week, and he would dip. Excuse me, dip 3 dips a day. That's 21. Okay, 21 pouches. He used them correctly. Um, John Wittenberger, a local from here. I've known him for 28 years. And when I saw that he was there, when I first got there and they're saying, "Hey, are you Cruz?" No, no, I'm not Cruz. I'm David. And I saw up there and I saw John Wittenberger. And I went up to him, saying, "Hey, man, what are you doing here?" And I hadn't seen him in 25 years, right? But anyway, we became bunkies, cellmates. And him and I, pretty much got into this thing where we're gonna have all the dips because we have all the dips where we're gonna have all the everything else, and that's how I managed to deal with that. And but anyway, when I first got there, Adam was the one in full control of the situation, and the way he controlled it was by extortioning Ethan Cornett.
So no, just for the just to put this to rest before it
Mhm.
gets running by the troll farm twacked out perverts of Central Indiana. You weren't snorting the nicotine pouches, were you?
No, I never use dip or chewing tobacco or any of that stuff. So
Uh-oh.
no, I bought them to have them so that
Hold on, hold on. We have technical difficulties. Just a moment. I heard some glitching and he dropped off. Let me get him back here. Check, check.
I'm here.
Hold on.
No,
Hold on, hold on. There's a Wi-Fi problem or something here, Noe.
I'm here. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, there's a Wi-Fi problem. Hold on. Just a
Um,
moment.
does it sound like Walnut trying to do something here?
Sure, Noe get back in here. Gets back in here. All right, check.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. So I was saying, just for the clarity, just to clarify, you
Mm-hmm.
were not snorting these nicotine pouches, were you?
No, sir.
Okay, good.
No,
Put it
no.
to rest. Don't even try it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Like, but yeah, that's a situation that's happening, right? And so I noticed I have to take control of the situation, and I did.
But you're
Um,
whistleblowing on the situation that these are being trafficked
yes.
and
So
snorted. And are the guards aware of this snorting situation of the nicotine pouches?
all the staff, they're all very well aware that this is going on. They they uh they will write you up if they catch you with the one of these, which Ethan Cornett got caught multiple times, but he never got reprimanded. Okay, it's just the good old boys from Wabatucky, right? Um, he multiple times. So yeah, it's a write up. It's misuse of the product and all this quack quack quack, right? And so so yes, there's misuse of it, and what it's causing them to do is another issue. You know, I saw pretty bad situations where people would tracked out. You know, trying to uh, steal from another. There was just a lot of stealing of the pouches, and or screwing one over of the pouches, and then the extortion of Ethan Cornett over the pouches that went on for 5 months. So it's got the whole unit twacked out, and they keep selling them to them, knowing that they're misusing them. I mean, I was there for 5 months. Everybody knows, dude. The jail commander, the commissary lady, and the guards. You know, there's been people wrote up for snoring them. So yeah, they know that they are being snorted and used improperly. And I don't know if someone is in the medical field and wants to um, share what kind of health issues or consequences come with the misuse of this product through snoring them. Share it and let me know, because I know that to me it just is it's not normal, and it's not something that I would do. I mean, I mean, not nicotine pouches, I mean, right? But that's what's going on, prof. Yeah. So now we got 3 bullets. The the violation of the First Amendment, the medical negligence, the misuse of the 21 pouches, uh, nicotine pouches, and yeah, so that's where we went with that, and then we're gonna move on to a another thing that was going on here. I'm going to go to this next picture. Okay, I'm gonna read the description here. Okay, this is Michael Donovan. I used to call him McMuffin, but his last name is Donovan. Okay. Donovan McMuffin by Noe Ramos, ink on paper, September 23rd of 2025. Michael Donovan, also known as McMuffin, was sentenced to 16 years in the Indiana Department of Corrections for child exploitation and child molestation. Mr. McMuffin came out in the common living area with his shirt lifted up, displaying the word Chomo. He carved on his belly himself with a sharp object. Okay. And if we can see here, McMuffin, he's lifting his shirt up and he's got the word Chomo across his belly. He's got a black eye. He's got a fat lip, a split lip, and cut a cut over his left eyebrow, over the black eye, right? He's 18 years old and just went down to they're housing him in Pendleton. I mean, not Pendleton, Newcastle. Okay. And okay, so I have a timestamp of this and what happened here. I'm just gonna cover it real quick, but he pretty much got assaulted there, and I saw it, and I have a statement from him, and I have it in these envelopes that I haven't opened yet. And his uh, his statement is that he was checked by Adam Bambauer. Um, it was this happened between September 29 and August 2nd. I can pinpoint those 3 days, but I cannot remember the exact date. And the time would be between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. So the footage is there. That's the best way I can narrow the timestamp on this event. So he got checked, and Van Bauer uh, told him to go in his room and stand against the wall, and Adam Van Bauer assaulted him. Okay, and he busted his lip and gave him a black eye and cut him open. Okay, 18-year-old. I think Adam's like 36. All right. Anyway, so they go and investigate Mike. I think a guard, Miss Selleck, spotted Mike with his injuries, and they took him out to investigate him. And he told the guards that, well, Adam hit me, assaulted me. That's an assault, right? Um, and then they brought him back in and they called Adam out. And Adam goes out, talks to the guards, they investigate him. And then he comes back in. And what I'm talking about in and out is the dorm, right? He comes back into the dorm and he announces to most of us who were there watching TV, he announces that they're not doing anything about it because the guard said that he deserved it because he's a chomo. So, in other words, the guards were not going to reprimand him or write him up for the assault, and that Mike Donovan deserved to be checked in and beat up and assaulted because he's a chomo. Now, that's Adam's uh, version. Okay, I talked about that with an assistant jail commander, and he assured me that that was not the case. I said, "Look, man, I saw this happen. I saw it happen with my own eyes. I was there. It was it was between the 29th of September and August 2nd. I can't remember which date, but I saw it happen. And you guys found out what happened and took them out and investigated them. And when Adam came back in, he's claiming that you guys aren't doing shit about it because he's a chobo and he deserves it. I mean, is that true? Oh no, I can guarantee you that's not true. Well, that's what Adam's saying. And obviously nobody got reprimanded. I mean, the kid's gone now. He's in West or Newcastle now, but he got assaulted in Wabash County. And well, they claim no, that's not the case. To me, it smells like a good old boy case, and it's a yes. They will let things happen. They will turn the blind eye all the time, like they're doing with the pouches, and that's one. This is one topic that I will be covering more extensively because I have multiple interviews with Mike Donovan and more things to present. Right. So there goes the bit. Now we're talking about 4 or 5 months in, and this is what's going on, right? And then all of a sudden things start getting a little rough for me, and it was all over really insignificant BS, but I almost got in a fight. There's this kid, okay, listen to this, prof. A 19-year-old who was also hooked on pouches. Caden Bell, 19 years old, okay, came in for domestic terrorism. He got on TikTok and posted a bunch of um, hate threats towards um, the Jews and stuff, and he had a level 5, or I think a level 5 charge, domestic terroristic threats, and he comes in and he identifies himself. He's got long hair down to here. He Okay, long hair, blonde hair, and he's tiny. He weighs 89 pounds, dude. Weighs 89 pounds. He's tiny. He's like 4 feet tall, and he comes in, hop, jumping or whatever, hop, hipping and skipping down the aisle. He's skipping into the dorm, and then when he settles in, he comes out and starts talking. He's a white nationalist. He's a skinhead. He's
A skinhead
all
with with hair down to his ass. Yeah.
rough. He's a skinhead. He's all this, right? And he's doing this and all that. And okay, well, let's move forward the story, man. He starts a sexual relationship with a black 61-year-old inmate, not a sex offender. White nationalist, homegrown terrorist in Wabash, Indiana, starts a sexual misconduct relationship with a 61-year-old elderly man, Mr. John Owens from South Bend, Indiana. Well, bro, then this other guy, Mike, skinhead Mike, comes into the picture on this one because skinhead Mike was John Owens' roommate. Okay, so in the mornings when they were up and about, and Mike would get up and go out in the day room, this kid would sneak in to the cell to spend time with Mr. John Owens. Okay, and it was happening every day, and it was very obvious, and people were starting to wonder what's going on. And then somebody saw them kissing, then another one saw them in bed together, and so forth. And then finally, Skinhead Mike said, "Fuck this! I'm taking care of this shit, right?" And so he jumped. Owen said, "Hey man, what are you doing, man? This gay shit here in my room. You know, this kid is not allowed here anymore." So they get into it, bro, and they got in a fight. Well, in the mix, John and I get into it because the kid was saying that I was calling his girlfriend on TikTok, right? Well, the thing was that he used my chirp to text his girlfriend, and his girlfriend was texting me, and Well, I would reply to her and tell her, no, I haven't, he's not here. He's just getting in trouble all the time, whatever. She would ask me about Caden. And then finally, the boyfriend, the black dude, gets mad and he gets on my case for texting the girlfriend. And I end up getting thrown in the hole they charged me with disorderly conduct. In the meantime, Skinhead Mike beats both of them up. Oh my God. Both of them. And he kicks them out of the room. So they lock down the whole thing. They send me to the hole, and those two get in trouble for fighting. Or three. All three of them got written up for fighting. Called mutual combat.
God damn, what a clusterfuck.
A complete disaster, prof. Everybody tracking on fucking pouches, bro. Everybody's tracking on pouches, fucking fighting.
It's like a storm of contradictions and I mean errors.
And I'm in the mix. I'm like, look, bro, I let him use my chirp, but yeah, the girl texts me and I text her back. But what do you want me to do? I was replying back, kind of like relating a message for him. And well, in the mix, I go in the hole because I started screaming when disorderly conduct. So I go in the hole for 9 days. And they go in the hole for 21 days for fighting. And it's a disaster, prof. It's like everybody tracked down and literally, seriously, prof.
It's the pouches. Like, it's the pouches, bro.
Look, bro, I can tell, like, they get them Monday. And they get all snorted up and high on them. And then by Wednesday, they're out. Okay. And sometimes they don't have money to buy more on Wednesday. So they got to wait till next Monday. But guess who's got pouches? I got pouches.
Mr. Ramos, yeah.
All the time. So anyway,
what a disaster.
A disaster, bro. And
Wabash, Indiana, ladies and gentlemen.
The tug. The tug, bro. It's the tug. Or Wabatucky, however you want to see it. Kentucky. Wabash, Kentucky. And in any case, so this is all going on. I go to the hole and this white supremacist, and they end up filing a PREA on the kid. So after the investigation,
explain that. What?
A PREA is like when you report someone in jail for sexual misconduct. It could be an inmate reporting a guard, or an inmate reporting another inmate, or a guard reporting an inmate for sexual misconduct within the prison confined. It's a PREA, and it goes to, I don't know who. It's someone else besides the institution you're in. So the white supremacist, he ends up confessing that he was having a relationship with a black guy. So they filed a PREA on him and they shipped him out. Finally, I did my 9 days, got out, and Mr. Owens, the 61-year-old black boyfriend, he got removed from the block. And that ended. That's how that ended. So that was another event that was pretty weird. But
wow,
after that was November 3rd. After my pain in episode. It was right after that. Mm-hmm.
Drama in the cell block, man. What the hell? It's the pouches. I'm blaming everything on the pouches.
The pouches, bro. It is the pouches.
What?
It is the pouches. Bro, I showed you guys exactly how they do it, man. And all right, so I didn't send you a picture of these. Oh, I did. I'd send you a picture of a bunch of papers spread out. These right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, but before we get into this,
all right,
everybody. A lot of people have joined since the beginning of the show, since we started. So let me just announce again that we're trying to do a fundraiser for Noe tonight. to get him some gas money and some things. So listen, if you're watching, you know you're entertained. Okay, this is quality entertainment. These stories are the real stories from the Wabash County Hyatt Regency. So please, if you're if you want to support Noe for the whistleblowing and the hilarious stories here, send him a cash app over here at venue '03. Here you can see it posted here. Please send Noe some love and help him get started on the right foot here. But yeah. So anyway, I just want to say that for all the new viewers or anyone on the replay. So let's do that, and I'll throw these documents up and let's get into the next phase here. I don't know what this is about. This is a I don't think Noe's explained this phase to me. So let's see what this is.
Okay, here we go. All right. So here, there's the stack. That's what happened after the first charge, with which was a disorderly conduct. Okay, so I'm holding one of the documents here as best possible, and this was the one for me and this black dude getting into a fight over me texting some girl, and they charged both of us with disorderly conduct. I got 9 days in the hole, uh, and served that and got out, or what? Well, kinda. All right. So this one here, I'm gonna say, okay, it's legit. I did raise my voice. I did was disordered in the common area, and I I did the 9 days, and I was held accountable for it. So this one's legit, right? Okay, now what happened after that, okay? And I'm gonna put them here. I think they're in order. They should be. Okay. I'm gonna do my best to present this. But look at this, guys. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 disciplinary write-ups. 6 of them. And they all start on November the 19th. From November the 19th through, I believe, December. Let's look at the dates here. 12, 10, 12, exactly a month. 12/19. So from 11/19 through 12/19, I got 6 disciplinary write-ups. 6 of them. Okay. So I'm gonna go in order. After my one over here, that was, I consider the legit one. I had one for uh, I had one for misuse of the communication emergency button. Okay, this one was given to me by uh, Officer Campbell, number 393, batch number, and there's the write up. Okay, and okay, so what happened here? They have a communication button in every cell, in every door, every area. A lot of the common areas of the facility, they have a push button. You push that button, someone gets on the intercom, say, how can I help you? And you say, well, I got to do this or do that, whichever, right? Well, they have them in every cell, and I used the button at 3 a.m. this time to ask for an officer. Okay, I was getting out of this one. I was getting out of this 9 days. So I would have gotten my chirp returned, because while I was in the hole, they take all your, the privileges. So I didn't have my chirp, and chirp is the text device, right? That's what a chirp is. And So I pushed the button at 3 a.m. because I get up kind of early, and I asked third shift. I asked an officer if I could talk to Mr. Brooks about my property bag. Well, they make a big old fuss, and they say that I'm misusing the button. That's not an emergency. So they end up giving me a write up the very same day that I was supposed to get out. Okay, I had served 9 days, and I got out on the 19th. I mean, I'm sorry, on the 27th. 11/27 was my getting out of the whole day. And sure enough, so they write the this is called a cab notice, a write up. They ran it, and they found me guilty again, and they gave me another 7 days. So now instead of getting out of the hole, I'm getting more time in the hole. So I'm moving backwards. I'm not moving forward here at this point. And what really pissed me off about this write up was that right here on the report right here is a synopsis of the event, and on that line, the officer states that I hit the emergency button 2 times to ask for commissary. So when I went to the hearing for this little thing, this bullshit ass hearing, I said, no, no, this is wrong. I pushed the button 1 time to ask for an officer for my property bag, right? And he said, well, oh well, I still gotta write you. I'm still I gotta find you guilty. I'm just gonna give you 7 days. I'm like, dude, but that's misinforming, bro. I didn't push the button twice, and two, I was not asking for commissary. I was asking for a different, you know, thing. Well, I'm sorry. I gotta run with my officer. Sure. I'll just give you 7 days. So I got another one, bro. Okay. And I'm like, okay, well, geez. I'll make it out of the hole one day, right? And not even not even a week later, dude. Let's see. 12/9. 12/9, I get my next one. This time, this time it's a big one. It's a 45-day one, 21 to 45 days sanction. And what happened here is that there was a shakedown, and we were coming uh, back into our rooms, and and everybody's kind of like, there's a lot of stuff going on, people moving in, and guards taking locking doors and stuff. So I'm at the second floor, and I'm waiting at my door to talk to an officer about an issue that I had prior to the shakedown, which a shakedown is just a search of the living quarters, and it's a random thing they do. So I'm waiting, and this other officer runs up to my door, and he tries to close the door, and I put my hand like that, and I said, please hold on, don't shut that door in my face. I'm waiting for this guy. I need to talk to um, Assistant Jail Commander Jacob Deal. Please give me a second. All right, so I talked to Deal. We discuss whatever we need to discuss, and then they put me in and locked me in for the night. Shakedown's over. Okay. An hour later, this Officer Holmes, batch number 413, comes and hands me a Class A charge: tampering with a locking mechanism, or a safety device, or a surveillance device.
What? Tampering?
Yeah. I'm like, hell. So I read the report, and he claims that because I blocked the door, as when he tried to close it, I put myself in between the lock and the door. That's tampering. So
So
I'm like,
what was the time attached to that, or what's the rest of that?
oh, it's the report. Uh, I can read it if you want. It's the actual report of the officer who wrote this. This is called the notice. They give you a notice, and then they call you a day. They got 7 days to call you out, and then once they call you back out, they give you the report. This is why you're being charged. Blah blah blah, and you say, do you plead guilty or not guilty? And if you plead not guilty, then you go to a little hearing, and then they find you guilty. That's how that works. So, but first they give you this report, and and yeah, that's basically what he says. He says, he says, at approximately 23:36 on 12/20/25, I entered into D6 to conduct head count and give Ramos a 24-hour write-up notice pertaining this incident. I approached inmate Ramos' cell at approximately 23:38. Upon opening his door, I handed him the 24-hour notice. Inmate Ramos tried asking questions about this write up, and I informed him that all the information he needed was in the. Oh, I'm reading the wrong one, dude. Oops. No, this is a tampering, but it's the wrong one. Hold on. Oops. Where'd it go? Hold on. I got that's they gave me two tamperings. They gave me two of them. Nice possession.
Well, for this one, how many days did you get
Oh,
for this one?
I'm sorry. Here it is. Here it is. The
Okay.
one that Holmes gave me first. Okay, I'm not gonna read it, but I was reading the wrong one. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, basically he claimed that he went up there, he ordered me to go in the room. I stood in between the door, and that was tampering with the mechanism. Class A, its sanction ran between 21 to 45 days. I got 21 days.
21
So
days?
yeah, so I had gotten out of the 9 and then went into the 7, and now I'm facing 21 days. And this is 12/9. So I'm within a month of exiting this shithole, right? Yeah. So that's basically the full circle of what happened. I was just standing there wanting to talk to an officer because this dude just rednecked me and he wanted to shut the door. And then after I even talked to the officer and they put me in and I didn't refuse to go in and good night, blah blah blah. He came an hour later and served me and served me. And then when I went to the hearing, they found me guilty and gave me 21 days. They gave me 21 days. So here we go. All right, that's 3, Prof. Well, that's 2 because remember I gave him the first one. The first one was legit. Okay, and then comes the next one, which this is when the snitching begun. So all these people started hating on me because I was gone. When I went on lockdown, I was like, I'm not gonna serve you guys pouches. It's too risky for me, and I don't want to lose my pouches because they'll take them away. So I said, no more serving. I mean, you guys are gonna have to survive somehow. So I kept my pouches, and at that point, I'm like, well, I only got about a month left, so I better secure what I have, so that when I get out, I can talk about this and talk to my attorney, and I can use these as an example of what is going on in there and use them as even exhibits if
Good,
ever
yeah, good
needed.
foresight. Good foresight.
If ever needed, in which was kind of like my mentality with when I took Kegan's bracelet. I have proof of something that happened in there, right? Not I'm gonna go sell it, but yeah. So then that's the first tampering one. I was reading the wrong one. Sorry about that. And after that, they come and serve me. So what happens is that Ethan Cornett snitches on me. They get mad. He's selling pouches. He's snorting pouches. He's doing this and selling all that. So they come and he said, and he has my legal paperwork. Yeah, here it is. Here's the next one. Okay. So they get a little request, a little requesting communication. It's done on the kiosk. It's called a general request of an inmate, right? And those are pretty much the snitch, the snitch system, where if you don't like someone, you write in, hey, so and so is doing so and so, and they get it up there in the controls, and then they come and do investigations of what's going on. So I got kited. They call him a kite. Ethan Cornett sent a kite through the kiosk to report me that I was selling pouches, right? Which was a lie, because everybody knows that there's no money in there. There's no money making. And he was mad that I wouldn't give him a pouch. And I said, I'm not gonna give you a pouch, man. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna save my pouches, they're mine, and I'm gonna save them. I'm on lockdown, and it's just not happening. So he remembered that he had given me a bunch of his legal work. His PCA, I have his PCA. It's somewhere in here. Remember, I have all this. Remember, uh, he gave me his PCA. He gave me, I think, a um, a couple of other attachments to his discovery and things like that, and he gave me a couple of statements, signed statements. So he snitched, and he said that on top of selling pouches, I had his legal work. So they come and hit my house, bro, and they found three documents that had his name and the Bible. And that was that. It's called unauthorized possession of county property or property belonging to someone else. It's a class B charge, and it carries 7 to 15 days of in the hole. There it is.
Is that how many you got? How many did you get for that one?
For that one, I got uh seven,
Mhm.
seven more. So now I did 9, 7, 21, and seven more. Okay, seven more. Yeah, and then they had the hold on, let me find it. They had the courtesy of giving me a two for one. They gave me a 2 for 1. They gave me the unauthorized possession of these documents plus a habitual. I became a habitual um, write-ups. 3 write-ups within a month equal to a habitual. And I
meaning,
had
meaning, what that really means is they were habitually writing you up. Yeah, that's what that means.
yeah, I guess that's a great way to put it. And this one is dated 12/19, and it's a class A, okay? And it carries 21 to 45 days in the hole. So
Whoa.
at this point, I'm like, I'm never seeing my chirp again. you know,
How
my
many days you
text,
get for this one?
they gave me 21.
Is that the
Yeah.
last?
No, I got 2 more. I got 2 more. That's 4. That's 4.
Jesus.
I got 7 altogether. 1 legit, 6. Just the good old boys from
Never
Wabataki.
meaning no harm.
From Wabataki. Yeah. Okay. The next one is they hit me with tampering again. Same scenario. I asked the guard, "Hey man, what's going on?" Oh, it was about the pouches. Actually, let's do the pouches first. So, yeah, they come and they take the paperwork. They write me up for that. They give me a habitual one. Sign me up. In the meantime, Christmas behind bars is happening. They come and bring us bags of chips and stuff. But I'm on in the hole. And one of the officers, Officer Harris, she says, "You know what? I'm gonna be kind, and I'm gonna let uh who all you guys who are in the holes, there was I think two of us in the hole at that time in this block. Uh, we're gonna let you guys keep your Christmas behind bars bag just have it, even though you shouldn't because you whatever, right? So I got the Christmas behind bar little package and stuff, and they come and search me and okay. In the meantime, Cornette wants chips and wants everything else, cookies and dips. Ethan Cornette. And then I say, no, dude, no. I mean, I'm on lockdown. You want me to slide stuff under the door? I'm gonna get more lockdown. Okay. Well, he gets mad and he snitches on me again, bro. And he says that I have pouches, right? So they come and hit my house again, prof. And that's when they found these. They found these, and I had them for like 4 weeks, sealed, okay, labeled legal, and they come in and somebody held them against the light and noticed that there is a tint to the content inside, and he asked me to open it in front of him because they can do that. Okay, they can't open it, but they can ask me to open it in front of them. So I opened it, and there were the pouches, and they got confiscated, and I got another write up, and this time it was for unauthorized possession. Um, and Miss Harris, there comes the choo choo train, and everybody, please welcome the choo choo train. So let me go get some more water, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Wow. So looks like once Noe pissed somebody off, it was the hole for him for the rest of the stay. I think this is where the story is headed, and actually, I'm pretty sure that's where the story is headed. Um, yeah. What do you guys in the chat think about that? Tampering with the lock by asking a question to the guard? Eh, probably not. Shouldn't tampering with the locking mechanism be actual tampering with the locking mechanism? But yeah, well, I guess while we're on the break, everyone, please go ahead and check out the Cash App for Noe or send a donation for Noe because, like I said, we're trying to get everyone pumped up to contribute to Noe. You can put some gas money in and everything. Now he starts working Tuesday, so he'll be back at work. He's not looking for a handout, but we're trying to get him off on send him off on a good foot. So that's what we're talking about. And I don't know if someone in the chat would post his Cash App link again. Uh, we prefer the Cash App to go directly to Noe. And if something else is necessary, just ask me. All right, let's see. Looks like he's back.
Okay, so Officer Harris, Assistant Jail Officer Harris, Jail Commander, Assistant Jail Commander Officer Harris, Miss Harris, she very yeah, she follows through and finds me guilty with unauthorized possession, and they're like they think that I'm like either trafficking them or this or that. And I'm like, no, this is clearly labeled legal. There's the name of my attorney, and I'm gonna use them for legal purposes. That's why they're with my legal mail in my possession. Because remember, when I'm in the hole, I shouldn't have anything, any type of commissary, no coffee, no chirp, no chips, no cookies, you know. So they write me up for having these while on lockdown, and I got 20. I'm sorry, I got 7 more days for that one. That was a Class B 203 charge, unauthorized possession, and carried 7 to 15 days. They gave me 7 more. There you are. So So I'm like, man, how does this happen? Like in the last month of my cakewalk, just like boom, 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 and I'll move forward with that and really kind of explain my perspective and why I say what I say. But all right, so the last one was the second tampering with unlock mechanism, and it was pretty much the same scenario. This guard come into my door, open the door, where I have questions, what's going on, blah blah blah, and he shuts the door on me, and I go, hey, hold on, I'm not done. So he said that because I had one tampering with a lock mechanism for the very same similar incident, he felt the need to write me again for it, and he did. And that one carried another 21 days. So there's I pretty much painted
21 more. Yeah, because you didn't learn
21
your
more.
lesson the first time. Yeah.
Class A. So if you add them 21, 21, 7, 7, 9.
What's the total? Yeah, give us the total.
Well, 21 and 21 is 42. And then I got a 9, 7, and 7. So 42, 31, 38 plus 7, 38 plus 7,
Let's
50
ask the chat
Sundays.
again. Say it. Say that all over again. Say that all
Okay.
over again, because we want to know the total time you spent.
21
Mhm.
plus 21 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7. It's 50 some.
No, it's more. It's more than that. No, no. Yeah, come on. Let's do it one more time. One more time. 21 plus 21. That's 42.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then
Plus what?
plus 9,
Plus 9.
that's
That's
30,
50.
31,
No, that's 50.
51
1 plus what?
plus 14,
Plus 14. That's
65.
65.
65.
65 days in the hole. Explain what the hole is here, please.
The whole is disciplinary segregation. And after you get a write up. It's kind of like when you're in school and you don't bring in your homework and the teacher says you're getting 30-minute detention after school. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of
So
same scenario.
so when was the first one? When was
The
the
first the,
first one? The
the
very
first
first one.
well, the first one was the legit one was on November the 1st.
November 1st. So are you saying that after November 1st, you were
No,
in the hole? Oh, go ahead.
no, I went in the hole
When did you go in?
on I went in the hole on um I think it was 7 days later, because they give you the 7 day, they give you the notice first, and then they run the little hearing, and then that's when I went in the hole. I oh, here it is. I went in the hole on 11/18
November 18. Okay,
in
stop.
November.
So from the time you went in, did you ever come back out?
No,
So you were in from
November
November 18th
up until
up until January 14th.
yes, yes,
Amazing.
yeah.
And
But
what
the
started
write-ups.
go I mean this story got real long, Noe, so make the short version. What
Okay,
started
yeah, yeah.
this?
Let's
What just
yeah.
tell me what started it? What was
Okay,
the first?
the whole thing is that here you got the trackers. Okay, you got sex offenders, you got the rapists and the child molesters. Okay, and then you got Noe. Okay, and all these twackers and tweakers and all that stuff. Let's call it the disaster. The disaster's doing everything from sexual misconduct to you got Van Bauer extorting the one over there, and then you have two over here having a sexual relationship, and then you have more traffic and trading of other kind of commissary and stuff, and then you got Adam Van Bauer running the gambling, the picks on the NFL and the football games every week. And you got this over here going on, and that, and this, and that, and then and then here comes me, right? Then I'm getting in trouble for pushing a button. I'm getting in trouble like for things that are like really stand in front of my door, really just trying to talk to someone, and they call
All
it
right, hold on. You're missing the point. Are you saying the tipping point for this was getting in the argument with the guy about the boyfriend sitting? What was the
no,
first thing that happened?
no. The tipping point came when the county had to reimburse me $75.
Ah, right,
That's
right.
when all this shit
Okay,
started.
okay. That's what I was asking. What pissed off the
The gu-
facility and the guards?
the guards, the okay, the seventy
So I
five
see, I
dollars
see.
pissed off the guards,
You're
and
saying it's
me going on
this
lockdown
thing.
pissed off the inmates.
Yeah. This thing right here, your art situation with this woman.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, with Miss Piggy Whitmer. She she is the one that caused everything
Mm-hmm.
because she brought her feelings into work that morning. And
Mm-hmm.
when you work in a place like that, you leave your feelings at home.
All right.
Okay,
So the artwork, and then the next thing you know, what was it? 65 days in the hole.
65 days in the
Mhm.
hole.
All right. Yeah.
And at that time I didn't have enough time
Yeah.
to serve them, but they gave them to me anyway. So yeah, that pissed off the staff, and then me going in the hole and not wanting to serve them. I said, nope, I'm not doing
Oh,
nothing.
pissed off the
I'm in
inmates.
jail already. You know, I'm in jail, and and that pissed off the twackers, the disaster. So
Yeah.
then
Let me pull.
I had both of them. I had to maneuver with coming from both sides.
Yeah. And what's this last sketch you sent?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're at the point where okay, I'm in the hole, and um, this props got it up there. Okay. Yeah, you guys can see me still. Okay, there it is. And this, I will read the description. Suicide Guard is the title by Noe Ramos Inc. on paper. And it was completed on January the 9th of 2026. Miss Buff, also known as Neat Buff, according to the sex offenders on D6 at the Wabash County Jail in Wabash, Indiana, the Suicide Guard. All rights reserved. Copyright 2026. Noyamos the Byrd. So it's protected. My art is protected. Yes. All right. And oh, and I'm sorry about that, but I meant to actually. This is not a complete final draft because I misspelled the on the bubble, and I'll just announce it here. I was supposed to white out the second line, and it's supposed to say, "I'm putting you on suicide watch." And for some reason, I haven't edited that. It says I'm putting you on I'm putting on suicide watch. So it's a typo. Okay. It's supposed to say the caption is supposed to say I'm putting you on suicide watch. Okay, this is Miss Buff. Miss Buff is a 19-year-old transgender guard, according to Adam Bumbauer. Remember Adam Bumbauer? I'm legally blind. And she is a 19-year-old transgender, and she what happened with her is that she started 2 months ago, and the minute she started and went into the sex offender, let's call it the SO block, uh, she gravitated to them, and they gravitated right into each other, right? And since then, you know, I could sense, I could watch that something was not floating right the right way here. But anyway, as we move on, it turned out that Mike Skin, remember Skinhead Mike, the one that beat up the black guy and the terrorist kid, the domestic terrorist kid. Okay, Skinhead Mike started a kind of like relationship type of thing where he was attracted to Miss Buff, right? And Miss Buff liked the attention. You could tell. I mean, so they start having a thing, and then and remember, Skinhead Mike and I were locked up during the same period of time because he got locked up for fighting, remember? And I was getting locked up for the stupid shit. So we were both locked up during this period of time. And so Miss Buff would come to his door and talk to him, and and I could just see the, you know, a special interest, right? And one day, Mike, Skinhead Mike, and I got into it, and we argued, and he went crazy, man. We're kind of like screaming at each other back and forth, and it was just a tick for tack type of thing that I'm not gonna get into. Uh, but anyway, so he starts hitting the wall and the door. So there comes like four more guards and Miss Buff, and they take him to suicide watch. And the guard that decided that he should go to suicide watch for hitting the wall, um, well, it wasn't Buff, it was someone else, but Buff was clearly mad that they were taking Skinhead Mike to suicide watch. Okay. And I think they kept him there for 24 or 48 hours, whatever process he went through. But suicide watch is like the worst, probably the worst housing classification there is, I would say, because you're in a box, and this box has just a door and no walls. I mean, no windows, no, uh, and then it's just you and the floor, I guess, and the walls. So it's pretty bad. They put you in a gown, and that's it. Okay,
That's the Richard Allen treatment right there.
that's the Richard Allen treatment. So Skinhead Mike goes off to suicide watch, and he comes back 2 days later, and he's back in his cell, and he's calm now, and he's not. We're not fighting, whatever. I'm gonna move a little forward. Um, on the 6th, January 6th, I think it was. I took a shower in the evening, and I took my towel and I wrapped my towel around my hair, which is something I do and I've been doing for a long time to dry my hair. I kind of lean it, like let it hang down and kind of hold it with my hair down and just let it hang over and kind of damp my hair. Well, she came in to Delta 6 to D6 to open the door and pass meds with the nurse. And as that's going on, she's screaming at me and motioning to me something. And when I was watching TV from my door. I had a good view at the TV, but I had to stay inside. I just couldn't go out there and watch the TV from the day room. But anyway, I look at her, and I notice that she's motioning about the towel. So I kind of motion to her. I'm drying. Well, she claims that she ordered me 7 times to take off the towel off my head, and so she had to come all the way to my door and tell me to take it off. So I did, and I suppose that I thought that was over, right?
Hmm.
I said, "Look, ma'am, I'm just drying my hair," and she said, "No, don't dry it like that. Take it off." So she takes off. She goes back with the nurse, and they move on to the next door. They close the door. 5 minutes later, guess who show up? The good old boys. The good old boys show up, 4 of them, and they come and open the door and ask me, "Are you okay?" This is a week later after Skinhead Mike had just gotten out of the suicide watch. So, so I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." They say, "Do you want to kill yourself?" And I said, "No, I don't want to kill myself." They're like, "Okay, well, come with us."
What?
And I'm like, "Why?" And he said, "Well, just come with us." So I go with them, and there's Buff out there with a nurse, and she's like, "Yeah, yeah, put him on level 1 suicide watch." He had his towel wrapped around his neck. So that was a way of her getting even Stevens for Skinhead Mike being in suicide watch a week before and him and I got into it, and that was her favorite inmate.
You're talking about Miss Buff. Miss Buff.
Miss Buff, yeah.
So Miss Buff is attracted to Skinhead Mike, who got
Yeah.
into suicide watch. So now she accuses you of having those
Trying to
thoughts
kill
so that you
myself.
get it.
So
Yeah.
that I get, yeah. She got me
What
in there.
the This is
Absolutely.
Wapatucky.
Well, it's the Wabatucky, bro. And yeah, so they throw me in. Oh, and check this out. This is 1/6, dude. I get out 1/14, right? That's what, 7 days, 8 days before I get out. I had been watching, I had been seeing a mental health counselor in the facility for 4 weeks. Once a week, she come out and talk to me and help me with coping for reentry. Okay, in certain areas. Okay, so I had a meeting with her that day. Okay, so she puts me on the 6th. Okay, on the 7th, I had a meeting with Miss Falani. She's mental health counselor with the Wabatucky or with the Wabash County High Regency. She's from the Dominican Republic. We actually did our sessions in Spanish once. But anyway, bro, the next day I'm in suicide watch and she threw a fit. She was like, "What? Why is he on suicide watch?" No, she checked me off right away, dude. But I did 15 hours of suicide watch. Uh, they found a way to put me in the most vulnerable, embarrassing, humiliating position that anybody can go through for not being suicidal, prof.
It's
For
called
not,
payback.
it's called payback. Yeah, it's called payback. They put me in the payback.
That's this thing right here. Let's
So, and
yeah.
this is a transgender guard, according to Adam Bombauer, who claims that the reason why skinhead Mike is attracted to Miss Buff is because she's got the body of a 12-year-old boy and a very pretty face. Okay, that's according to Adam Bombauer. Okay. And he's the one who claims that she's a transgender and she's known as Tranny Buff. Okay, Miss Buff. All right. And she, okay, and then here's one. Put that picture back up, bro.
Tranny
Put,
buff.
put this picture back up. Okay. No, the one on
Oh,
the
okay.
slide. Put that. Okay. Do you see her right hand and her left arm?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you describe what you see?
Is that razor blade cutting herself or credit cards?
Yes.
Yeah.
She has a razor blade and she's cutting herself. And I'm gonna explain to you why. Okay. She's 19 years old. And when she first started working there and I met her and talked to her, I noticed that she had all these cuts, one after the other, from the top of her wrist to the forearm area. Okay.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
she's a
asked Miss,
cutter. She's a
uh-huh.
cutter.
And I
Uh-huh.
asked Miss Buff, what's that? Why do you do that? And she looked at me and said, high school was rough. I said, oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, here a month later, she's putting me in suicide watch. And my thing is like she is probably the least qualified there. 2 month in the at the job, and a 19-year-old confused alleged transgender jail officer. I think she's the least one qualified to deem me if I'm suicidal or not. Okay.
I mean, this you cannot. Let me pull this down. You cannot make this shit up. This is actually unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. She should be in that damn suicide.
Thank you. Thank you. She's the one that belongs in there. Thank you. You get the bill, Prof. That's what
Bruh.
I told them. That's what I told them. She's the one belong. That's what I told my counselor. She is the one that belongs in there. Look, Miss Falani, I am working on re-entry with you. Okay, I'm doing my time in the hole for so many days that I'm never gonna see the. You know, I'm in jail already. Okay, and um, I'm
Sorry. So
working
it's
with you
not.
on re-entry. I get out in 8 days. I have family. I have assets. I have things to do. Why would I want to kill myself? And she's
It's
like,
not bad enough that you're 65 days in the hole, but you got tranny buff and what's his name, Mike?
skinhead Mike
Skinhead Mike. They want you
in the hole, in the
on
suicide.
suicide watch, butt naked on the concrete floor. Oh my god, dude. Wabatucky. Yeah. This is
Yeah,
Wabash County Jail, ladies and gentlemen.
Indiana.
This is the good old boy system. The same thing that put Richard Allen in this situation he's in. This is what we're dealing with. This is the culture.
The
Yeah.
toxicity of the average redneck of Main Street and Market in North Central Indiana, small town Indiana.
The
Yes,
redneck
it is.
city.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. And so here we are. I'm within 8 days of going to the house, bro. I'm dealing with. I'm in the in the Ninja Turtle suit. I'm in a Ninja Turtle suit, prof. And oh well. So I asked my counselor, Miss Falani, man, this last session's got to be a good one because I have a lot of rage right now. I'm pissed beyond, you know, uh, I'm gonna go public. I'm gonna talk about this with some people who will help me put it out. I'm also gonna reach out to whatever means it takes to figure things out as to why uh, this is happening in at the Hyatt Regency. Everybody's tracked out. There's sexual misconduct going on.
Yeah,
Got
we forgot about the
tranny
pouches
buff,
already. The
skinhead Mike
snorting.
every day. Then you got the
We
terrorist
forgot
dating
about
the black man. The,
we got the snorting the pouches. We got skinhead Mike dating Big Joe or whatever. We got the
Big
tranny buff
John. It was John Owen, Big John.
Big John.
Hayden dating Big John. And then you
This
got
is
Ethan
Wabash
Cornett.
County Jail.
You got Ethan Cornett snoring the hell out of these pouches, out of off his Bible. You got um, everything going on, right? And I'm there, Prof, for a low level. I'm nonviolent, low level substance abuse offender. Okay, just trying to do 6 months in and out, type of thing, cakewalk. It becomes a disaster. It ends up in the suicide watch, bro. The Richard Allen treatment, straight up. You can't make it up. You said it correctly, man. I mean, dude, do you think that I want to come out here and put my face and my voice? I mean, well, yes, I do. Okay, Miss Whitmer. Okay, because that's where it all started when I got reimbursed the $75. Everybody started hating on me, man. Well, I used my tools. I used the grievance process, and I used it correctly, and you know, so everybody starts hating me.
This is what you get for being Noe Almos
Yeah,
in Wabash,
treatment,
Indiana.
the treatment, yeah,
Yeah.
and so we go out when we get out to when we have nothing left. I think it's just like the last days. I kind of rolled out, man, and they took me back to my regular housing, and but I did the 15 hours of misery. And during those 15 hours, there was a lot that happened. Like I went through a lot of mental anguish, humiliation, and anxiety. Um, and the treatment itself is very, it's rough. You know, it's not. You know, I I'm hearing things and echoes, and so anyway,
Now
it just
imagine.
make you delusional, to a degree. And I'm thinking, like, at what point did this happen? How did I let this happen? Because this was a cakewalk, and I was doing fine. And as long as I was serving these twackers and tweakers, everything was fine. And here, all of a sudden, I'm in suicide watch within days of leaving this compound. How does that
Now,
happen, man?
now imagine Richard Allen in this suicide watch for over a year. Imagine that.
He was
Over a
he
year.
was he was there for over a year.
Hmm.
That, when I went there, it made me think, how long was Richard Allen on suicide watch? Because I know that he was on administrative seg or something, and then I remember them talking a lot about he was in a position where he had inmates talking to him, to just in case he needed someone to talk to while on suicide watch. And I was like, how did he do it? And how long was he on it? A year? Is that what you're saying, Prof?
That's what I think. I mean, if someone in the chat can correct me with the
Yeah.
specifics, but
I wish we knew. Was he there a month? Because look, after so long, I mean, in my experience, you're seeing mental health. There's a mental health professional there that kind of checks you off of it. In my case, that's what happened, and the lady checked me off within 15 hours, because she was already working with me. Uh, but how did DOC manage to get Richard Allen there for an extended period of time? There's a protocol, dude, that follows, at least
yeah,
in
I
my
think it's
case.
supposed to be 2 weeks to 30 days, no more. But yeah, it's just,
Well, I know that here they told me you will remain in level one. Level one is where they check on you every 10 minutes. The closest guard will come and check every 10 minutes, and she said that they can keep you there as long as whenever they're ready to get you out of that. I don't know, I guess 2 weeks. But then you go to level two, and on a level two, they give you your clothes, but you're still in the padded cell. And then level three, when you get to level three, is when they release you. In my case, at after 15 hours, she went ahead and got me out of level one, so immediately. And she said, as soon as I can, 8 hours later, I will come and get you out of here. But bump you up to level three. She had to do the one, two, three. She couldn't bump me from one to three and let me out. So I had to stay there 15 hours on level one, and I did 9 hours. Yeah, 9 hours later, I was able to get out. I did 24 hours altogether. So yeah, I don't know what deal with Richard Allen. I don't know how long he was, but I do remember that they had people talking to him. They had other inmates talking to him for a long time because he was in the suicide watch.
well, I'm just about ready to wrap it up, but I wanted to not forget to cover this thing here, which is uh maybe we can do it another time in more detail,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I wanted to talk about the targeting of you by
Mm-hmm.
the twacked out, junkie troll farm stalkers of Central Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
and I see you got your drawing of Kegan up there. Maybe you can show that, and this will bring us into to what I'm saying, because you were housed. So let's kind of like introduce it this way. So prior to this, you were housed in the same cell block as Kegan for a time, and
Mm-hmm.
and and because of that, you learned of certain details directly from Kegan and from his cellmate and others in the cell block about statements he had made. And then, so when you were released, you took the initiative to write a 14 or 15 point bullet list, and then to go to the Indiana State Police and make a statement to the detectives. Would you briefly uh, tell us about that interaction with David Vito and
Sure.
who else? Give us a little bit about that. But yeah, I'll let me move aside so you can show that clearly.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I first, got into this with the true crime community where I came forward, but it was probably not the best way to come out forward. But it all started with how Prof said, I was in custody with Kegan Kline, and I'm not going to go too much into the 14 uh bullet information that I shared with Detective Vito, but I'm gonna say that it happened that way, and really what happened was that I had made a comment on a channel, and then that channel referred me to ISP. But yeah, that's the way it happened. And while in custody with Klein, I heard a lot of stuff about the case and saw a lot of uh, detailed things, and so I mean I didn't have an answer or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure, like, when I left that facility, I had no doubt in my mind that Kagan and his dad were involved. And this was not just because of what my conversations with Kagan, but also other guards and inmates, locals from Peru. And ever since that happened, um, I I guess I when I got out, I went to his hearings, and I would draw like such as this, Kagan and his attorney Aki, um, at the courthouse in Miami. And then of course I did this one. All of these were published with Crime to Sleep. Okay. Kishti, this is Judge Spar. So that was kind of like my role. I had fun doing that, and plus, I guess, I was locked up with Kagan, and um, I feel that informing to ISB with something that could help, it was the right thing, because this guy committed some pretty bad crimes against children. So that was that, and but I wasn't expecting that I was gonna piss some people off, make them cry, and make them stalk me, and all the shit that's been going on ever since
Ever since, yeah.
I came forward with this.
So who did you go to? So tell us, because I'm trying to have you literally spell this out. Who did you sit down with from ISP to tell them everything you learned from Kegan Kline and the others from your time with him. Who
Well,
did you
ISP.
sit with, and what was that about? How did that go?
Okay, ISP called me and they set up an appointment with me, and they came to me. They came to Wabash, and it was two detectives, uh, Detective David Vito and Detective Kendall. He introduced Detective Kendall as Detective Kendall. I don't know his first name. He was a tall, blonde guy, very reserved, and he didn't do whole lot of talking. They they met me at my job in the parking lot, and we kind of stood there in front of their unmarked vehicle. They had a a recorder and their phones, of course. And I told them, look, man, I made that statement. Yes, I did on that channel, but I thought I was just commenting and crap. But I mean, if you guys have questions, I'll answer. Sure, I'm willing to throw in my 2 cents, right? And I had a, which is secured. I had I still have, right? I have a paper with notes and names and stuff that I had learned from Kegan Kline, and that's what we discussed with Vito, which I'm not going to discuss in public. And I don't have the note for you, Prof. Sorry. I talked to someone and they told me better not do that. But anyway, that was the whole picture. And
But the key is you
uh-huh.
spoke directly to David Vito, who took your statement. Is that
hmm
true? Is that
I was
correct?
I was a little pissed because I gave him something that was, to me, I thought it was very important. I wish that he would have dig some more into it. I won't repeat what it was, but it seemed like nothing was done, you know? And
Okay,
I
and then
spoke to David Vito
Mhm.
directly, and I said, look, you have to check this, and you got to look into this, because you might get more better answers than me from this
Mhm.
source. And it never happened.
And what was Detective or Sergeant Kendall like during this time that you were speaking with?
Yeah. Well, he didn't speak much, and he was on his phone, and then he got on his phone, but the whole time his demeanor was like, he was mean mugging me the whole time, and he would look at me in the eye, and he just gave me a very awkward feeling that he was not happy with me coming forward,
Not
and
happy
then,
with you giving the
yeah, like,
details and informing on Kegan Kline?
correct.
Jesus.
Yes, because I can see that now. n- at the moment I thought he was just like being a cop. But
Mhm.
now I can see that why he was doing that is because I learned in the future, and this I'm gonna say, okay, because this is not has to do with what I reported to them. I learned later that Detective Kendall was a close friend of Tony Kline, and he
Mhm.
was a member of a biker group that Tony Kline had friends with.
Mhm.
Okay. And Holly Lowry gave me that information. Okay.
Mhm.
Years ago. And she sent me screenshots of this Detective Kendall and his biker photo, you know, dressed as, on his bike and everything. And I identified him, and I said, yes, that's the man who I talked to. Okay. But back in the Holly Lowry days, there was so much going on, man, with Snay and Murder Sheet and this and that. And
Irrelevant.
yeah,
Irrelevant.
uh-huh. And
But
and I
what's
could
relevant?
I wasn't thinking, right? I wasn't thinking about the what she was trying to tell me, or not that, but who was really Detective Kendall. And then what really broke the ice, bro, was a whole year or two later, I was in Peru, Indiana, at the Hard Times bar, and I went to play pool, and this biker lady came up to me and said, "Hey, you're Noe." And I said, "How do you know?" And she said, "I see you." on YouTube, and I'm on the chat, and I followed, yeah, Snay, and I know what happened, Murder Sheet, and the Prof. Yeah, I know who you are. And I said, okay, that's me, Noe. You want to play pool? Anyway, so she started talking to me, and then she started to tell me that she grew up with Tony Kline, and that when they were teenagers, she was like this, like middle school, high school girlfriend, boyfriend, sweetheart, and they dated, and then when they became adults, here comes the choo-choo train again. Give me a second.
Don't worry about the train. Keep
Okay,
going.
when they became adults, when they became adults, Tony Kline changed dramatically and became a very aggressive man, and things that I can't repeat. And then she left him. They broke up.
What's her name?
No, I'm not gonna tell you, Prof.
What's her first name?
I can't.
What
I'll
does it
tell you.
start with? What's the
No,
letter?
I, I'm gonna tell you that she she begged me not to. I asked her, do you wanna talk to some people? And she said, I want to, but I wish I can't. And because if I talk, he's gonna know. Even, and I was like, we'll like censor your face and change your
Well,
voice.
I'm saying you can't give me the first letter of the first name. Just that's it.
What's this?
I don't know.
What's this?
I don't know.
This.
I don't know.
You don't know sign language, dude?
Now, I want you to say it for those listening with earbuds.
I'm sorry, but
Okay,
I
so getting back to
uh-huh.
Vito and Kendall, though, I think the important thing I'm trying to get you to
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm
convey.
sorry. I got distracted, but she told me, yeah, she told me, and she was telling me about what happened, her experience, and then she brought up, you know who that Detective Kendall is in it. Did you know that? Him and Tony used to do the craziest shit. And then she went off about Detective Kendall. And I'm like, wait a second, wait a second. Detective who? Kendall. And I'm like, oh my God. So I started looking at pictures and stuff. And I found a picture of him on my phone. And I said, is that the one you're talking about? And she said, yes, that's him. That's Tony's best friend. And he,
That's the one who took your statement while mean
yeah,
mugging you with David Vito
yes, yes, yes. And he's a biker.
after you get out and are whistleblowing on all that you learned of Kegan and what was going on.
Coach Cruz. Yes, him. And I tried to get a hold of Holly because that was after Holly had stopped talking to me because of Snay, whatever. I tried to get a hold of Holly because uh, this lady said that she would talk to Holly, and but did not want to go public, and I wanted to put them together and see if anything came out of that. But I'm kind of glad it didn't happen. And this person, I know I have her number, and I don't talk to her all the time. The last time I talked to her, she was having some health issues. Okay, so I left her at that, and that was last year. Uh, but she just won't come forward with it. But she gave me a very, I mean, I think I've told you the story of what she told me.
It's good. Like I'm saying, we don't need to go down that road. I
Okay.
just wanted to get this far.
Uh-huh. Okay, what she said was yes, that was him, and that was Tony's best friend, and he's a biker. And she was like, that corrupted fool that, you know, called him names, said, and she said that he was involved with the see, I wanna gotta be very careful with I'm gonna put it this way, with Anthony Shots. Let's just say the fucking Dropbox. The Dropbox. Yeah. And she said they made a bunch of money. They made a bunch of money, and Trexler moved out of state and bought a house in Colorado. Travis Trexler, and she said, "Detective um, Kendall, we haven't nowhere to be, nowhere to be seen, nowhere, haven't seen him, haven't heard from him." And Tony Kline shed his ass out to Florida, and that's what she told me, dude.
And like I said, I've been saying in my past most recent live streams, they're burying the Dropbox. Okay. Bottom line, this is a bury job, not on the Delphi murders, but on the Dropbox.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
I believe the entire deal with your targeting since that day
Mm-hmm.
is due to the Dropbox and due to your whistleblowing on Kegan Kline. And for anyway, anyway, I think that leaves us in a good place, and I'm so glad you came, man, because I think everyone was really looking forward to hearing from you, to putting eyes on you, making sure you're okay, and learning about some of the travesties that happened over in Wabash County Jail. So, man,
Yeah.
it was really good to hear. Thank you so much for telling the story, and I'm gonna leave
Okay.
you with the floor. If you got any last words or want to say
Yeah.
anything, I don't know if you can see the chat. If you want to say hello to
No,
everybody, but
no, I'm sorry, I can't.
okay, I'll say who's in the chat, and we'll get out of here together then.
Okay.
And everyone, please, again, if you're just coming in, we are trying to raise funds for Noe, just to get him off on the next week or two of work because he goes into work next week to get back to his old life, and I want to get him some gas money and some meals. Let him treat
Thank you.
himself out to dinner because he deserves a nice dinner after what he's just been through. So please check out Noe's Cash App. It's over here at cash.app/$venue03, VENUE03. You can see it on the screen if you're watching. Send Noe some money. Let's buy him a dinner and fill his tank with gas. And yeah, Noe, I'm
Thanks,
glad you're
Prof.
back. We missed you, but we
Yeah, well,
held down the
thanks.
fort. We held it down since while you were gone.
Well, thanks a lot for that, Prof. That's a nice gesture, and thanks for the support. Just talking to you guys, it was really significant for me, and I knew that I was gonna make it. But it was rough, but here we are, and I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat and anyone who donates. uh, Appreciate that as well. Um, wasn't expecting it, but yeah, it's a transition. No point for me, and anything will help. I'm in good hands. If there's any question that you see right now that pops out, I'll take a question or two, and then you can wrap it up.
All right. Yeah, I'll let you know if I see some, but I just want to
Mhm.
tell you what's being said. So let's do
Mhm.
that. We
Okay.
got okay, so Christopher says thanks for the note for the show, Noe and Prof. Um Critter Mama says good to see you, Noe. Be safe. Goddess says we all love you, Noe. Heavy Metal Rehab says, Noe, thank you for being so strong. Be safe. Deb says, stay out of trouble, Noe. Stay safe. Diana says, thanks, Noe. Quadaxel says, we love you, Noe. Silence Woman says, welcome home, Noe. Becky says, thank you so much for coming, Noe.
Hmm.
Heather Brown says, hi, Noe. Arts by Adrian says, we love you,
Hey,
Noe.
Adrian.
Heavy Metal Rehab says, slippery little suckers. Uh, um, let's see. Dolly says, please, Noe, move away.
Yeah, I am.
Let's see. We got Critter Mama says, what's Noe's channel? We'll put it in the chat. It's at Venue03, same as the Cash App. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Untamable says, God be with you, Noe. Carol says, hugs and
Yeah.
prayers, Noe. Glad you're home.
Carol.
Adrian says, love you, Noe.
Love you, Adrian.
So, Trial Junkie says, love Noe's stories. David Rogers says, good luck, my friend Noe.
Thank you.
Adrian says, get the F out of Indiana. And Heppy says, "Love you, Noe." So I'll reflect. I'll repeat all of that and say, "Love you, Noe." Glad you're back.
Thank you.
And get some rest this weekend, man. Get some
Yeah,
rest and get recharged for next week, because then you'll be a working man again. So
yeah. So it's so nice to hear your comments. Thank you very much. I love you guys very much too. And excuse me. And yeah, I'm working on moving around for the time being. I'm gonna be here, and I got to get my life back in, to normal, and then there'll be a next chapter. But
and
thank you so much.
Untamable says, "We love you and we love your art, Noe." Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you,
awesome.
Diana and Heather Brown, uh, and everyone. Metal. What is
Heavy
it?
Metal Rehab.
Heavy Metal Rehab. I've seen him quite a bit. I know him
Nicole
in the
says, "Love and
chat.
prayers, Noe."
And
Nicole Watt.
Nicole, thank you, Nicole. Yeah, Nicole. Uh, I know I've heard from her through some other people, and all you guys. It's really, it's really it's great. Welcome back. I love it.
Awesome. Well, I'll put some of his art up. I'll put those slides of the drawings up back on the way out of the show. But
All right,
thanks
bro.
everybody for the kind words. Everyone's saying they love the sketches, the
All
art.
right. Well, everybody have a good night, and I'm gonna get off here, okay, and let you do your thing. Love
Awesome.
you
Good night,
guys, and
Noe.
everybody have a good night.
Awesome. Awesome. Coach Cruz is out. Coach Cruz is out. Can you believe that story? There's a lot there. I recommend everybody go back with a notepad and especially the end there. Uh, Absolutely incredible. What is evolving here is beyond comprehension. This is an amazing, amazing development these past 30 days. Okay. The chickens are coming home to roost. The shit's coming to the surface. And all of you guys are here along for the ride, and so am I. And so I look forward to the next times we get together, the next month of shows, and all the other things that are rising to the surface. And again, thanks so much to Noe for coming by and sharing with us. Uh, I've been looking forward to this, and I've been really concerned, and I'm so glad he's out, and now he can rest, and uh, and we can you know, we can move forward. And thanks everybody for sending support. And by the way, if you want to send support to Noe and you don't have a Cash App or something, let me know. Okay, let me know. Uh, do something like send me an email. We'll work it out. Maybe send a super chat, but be aware that YouTube takes 30 or 33% of the super chats. So if you send a super chat, be aware that 30% of it will be gone. So if you send a super chat, add the 30% for whatever amount you want Noe to have. But if you want to send a super chat for Noe, just put for Noe in it. Otherwise, send me an email, and there are other pathways where we can get the money to Noe. But if you want to contribute to Noe, let us know if you have a difficulty with the Cash App. Otherwise, thank you so much. And you guys on the replay, you can do the same thing. You can still send emails, Cash Apps, or anything like that. But I really do want to give Noe a good boost uh, and set him on his way in a positive way. Anyhow, we'll let Noe get some rest. I will get some rest, and I think we had an incredible show tonight. And I'm so appreciative of everyone who came, especially the regulars. And that means my chat members. So I'll say goodnight to you on the way out. And then I'll put up a slideshow of Noe's drawings again on the way out. And we'll enjoy. So, anyhow, thanks to Deb, Adrian, Lisa, Petunia, Hebby, Critter Mama, Trial Junkie, Carol, Buried Answers, Texas Lady, Keith Kellogg, Dennis McKean, Quadaxo Mimi, Nicole Watt, Heavy Metal Rehab, Deb, if I haven't said Deb already, Becky, Four Pits Across America was here. If I miss you, just leave your name below. There's too many. Sarah was here. MJ Lewis was here. Dennis McKean, Just James, Heavy Metal Rehab for the super chat, and Mom of Two Boys, Three Girls for becoming a member. Silenced Woman for being here. Untamable for being here. Sharon Tibbetts for being here. Goddess. And hey, anyone I missed, I don't mean to miss you, but I got to get out of here. Okay. But God bless you. This was DELPHI. The Byrd is free. Okay. The Byrd is free. The silencing and targeting of David Noah Ramos after his whistleblowing on Kegan Anthony Kline, the Dropbox connections, and Chomos of Central Indiana. And with that being said, I'm out of here. All right.
Bye, you fucking hoe.
fucking terrorist.
Been waiting so patient, I'm going places, can't fake it. My heart is so cold, my energy is contagious. All the pain, I can't take it. I'm staying grounded and graceful, cause I know everything that I've been through only made me count my blessings daily. Yeah, they've been acting shady, but I don't take it personal. The memories fading, I'm enjoying the moment. I've been smelling the roses, taking time to reflect, stepping back. The
It's
truth
not productive. It's kind of gross and icky. And I feel like it tells us more about them than the people they're trying to degrade. They're always trying to degrade someone.
Either way it goes, I cannot turn close. Protecting my soul. If your intentions are not pure, I can't let you get too close, cause I'm vibrating high. Ain't got time for your ego, these niggas quit to turn their back. Acting like the amigos, they never cared in the shows. Wasn't with you at your lows, assuming that you gonna fold. But baby, I've been growing ever since I let you go. And I've been doing better, and I know that hurts to know. Hurts to know. Only good vibes around me, and that's for sure. Only good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes. Can't lie. Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. You see me searching for my inner peace. I've been learning more about myself and my purpose. Truth always come to the surface. Was hurting, but I had to heal. Releasing all the pain that I always held. Been going through some changes, I'll make it still. Protecting my soul to keep it real. Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes. Can't lie. Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes.
Obsessed junkie stalker. They are the most fucking unhinged creatures on earth.
Bye, you fucking hoe.
As an expert at being Mickey Mouse, yeah, I can say seriously, yeah. Yeah, you're right, Rick. This is some Mickey Mouse bullshit. Thanks, Mickey. Hey, how's Donald? He's still on the stuff. Yeah,